Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the IRC. This is Season 8, this is Round 8, this is Monaco. Magical Monaco, isn't it? Of course, the jewel in the crown of Formula 1. And it used to be quite a high level, didn't it? In terms of, like, if you won this, then it is worthy of half a championship. It's also part of the Triple Crown, which Fernando Alonso is still chasing now, isn't he? Hopefully he will get there one day. Unfortunately, it's that It's the Indy 500, which is eluding him right now, isn't it? Which is a bit of a shame. Now, personally, I'd love to see him get. Anyway, I know about Fernando because tonight is about the IRC, isn't it? And yeah, Monaco is incredible, isn't it? The last two races we've had around Monaco and IRC have been absolutely stupendous, haven't they? They really have, of course. I think that last season, I think that Matt won it, didn't he? No, Matt won season 6, I think. I can't remember, but all I know is that there was a race, I think, where Dave took the win, didn't he? Dave Shaw took the win, a long-time IRC protagonist took the win, didn't he? And away from that, then I think Harry and Asdog also came to blows as well, didn't they? In that race as well, incredible race that was, really was, and absolutely drama after drama, isn't it? Really, which is what you expect, isn't it? The Monaco Grand Prix, and I'm looking forward to this one. This is going to be a fantastic night of action there. If you love drama and excitement, this is the place to be, isn't it? And absolutely beautiful day, isn't it? Apart from there might have been a couple of disappointing announcements coming out from the government, but luckily we don't have to worry about that, do we? Because of course this is the beauty of league racing, that we don't have to worry about most of real world drama. Well, I'll try not to anyway. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get going, shall we? We got Sprint saying evening, Sean. Good evening, Sprint. We've also got Frank saying good evening, Sean. Can't miss the jewel in the crown, which of course is the Monaco Grand Prix, isn't it? This is going to be a cracker. I gotta say I love the Monaco Grand Prix just because I know for a fact that there is just going to be drama, isn't there? There's well, more recently in the recent Monaco Grand Prix there hasn't been as much drama as there, but you look back over the years there, I think that there's been some incredible races, hasn't there, in Monaco. To be honest, I can just go through a list of them right now, really. Monaco 1996, possibly one of my favourites. Well, before we even get around to the history, let's take a quick look at the track layout, shall we? 19 turns then around this 2.0 mile circuit. It's quite short, isn't it? But it's very condensed. It's very condensed as well, but there's a lot of elevation changes around this street circuit. It's a cracking place for the race, isn't it? As the countdown is on then for us to get going then here in IRC as well. And let me quickly go through the drivers and the constructors, shall we? Because I think in qualifying I'm going to be a busy bee. So let's get to it, shall we? Max Caesar championship lead has been narrowed down to 9 points after that incredible race at the Dutch Grand Prix. And I've got to say that Grand Prix is going to live long in the memory. It really is. It was a brilliant race. The Dutch Grand Prix was. I absolutely enjoyed it right from start to finish there. And we had all kinds of seasons, didn't we, there as well? Brilliant. We had Steve, who's now 9 points away at the moment there, second in the World Championship. T. Sammy is third. He is 20 points adrift. And it's so close, isn't it, between the top three? Less than a win separates the top three. It's fantastic. It's so condensed. It's brilliant. Sprint has moved up to fourth position, and after Roscoe's issues in the Dutch Grand Prix, Matt is in sixth position. Timmy and Harry is seventh and eighth. Both McLarens are having a steady start. Ninth is Asdog, who's having an appalling start by his standards, and Fizzy, who had a cracking season last season, only down in 10th at the moment, but he did move into the top 10 last time out, with Hogg and Val dropping down to 11th and 12th position respectively. Penny on 6 points, and PB is the final man with a championship point. In the constructors standards, we have Alfa Romeo 2 points in front of Ferrari, and goodness me, those legendary car names there, right at the top of the standards there as well. As I've almost lost my throat already, almost lost my voice already. That's a good start, is it? Goodness me. We've got we got Haas in at third position, and Moon in front of the AlphaTauri team as well. A lovely sunny day out there in Monaco. Beautiful stuff indeed then. Fifth position, Red Bull. McLaren in sixth position as well, and they're both joined on 70 points so far. Mercedes are on 31, Renault 26 for Racing Point, and 0 so far for the Williams team after they were sold, weren't they? Last week, which is a bit disappointing, really, isn't it? But as long as Williams, the car name, is still on the grid, that's all that matters, isn't it? Even though it was a bit of an end of an era kind of thing, wasn't it? And of course, there's a lot of Formula's been in the news quite a lot, hasn't it? Really, this season. We've had a very condensed season, haven't we? But yeah, we've had a lot of interesting announcements, haven't we? Of course, the big one today is, of course, we have Sebastian Vettel going to Aston Martin, and the worst kept secret, really, of 2020, really, wasn't it? Since it was, since there was rumblings going on, wasn't it? wasn't it? Quite a number of months ago as well. But I think the one thing I do disagree with, unfortunately, I do love Perez, and I got to say I wasn't a big fan of him at first. As Lucas has joined the session, I wasn't a big fan of him at first, Sergio Perez, because of I don't know why. I think I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I started to become a bigger fan of Perez when he joined the Force India team, and I think since then he has shone, hasn't he? He did shine really well in 2012. Was in the Sauber team, didn't he? Of course, scored that amazing podium in the. Oh, his Asdog has clipped the barrier already, hasn't he? Unfortunately, of course, in the Alfa Romeo Sauber. So yeah, it's a legacy team, isn't it? The Perez drove in, and Perez potentially might be back in this next season. Then who knows? With the driver market very much on its head at the moment. A lovely something there, but it is shaping up, isn't it? The driver market is for next season. Interesting stuff indeed. Then, and there's still a lot of seats that is still up in the area as well. Potentially could see Mick Schumacher driving this Alfa Romeo car for next season. And what about Callum Ilott and Schwartzman as well? I love it. It's brilliant stuff indeed. The only problem that we've got is we've only got 20 seats in Formula 1, which I think we need a couple more, to be honest, don't we? To incorporate all the talent that is out there. Like Nico Hulkenberg should be in an F1 seat. Perez should be in an F1 seat as well, really, because they're very fine racing drivers, aren't they? And the same with a lot of Formula 2 drivers. There's 4 drivers in particular. I've already mentioned 3 of them. It was in the Ferrari Academy, and of course one of them is I think it's Sonoda, I think his name is, yeah, the young Japanese driver that is in the Red Bull group. I think he's a fantastic driver. I really like Sonoda. He's cracking. Definitely enjoyed watching some of his races. He's a good young driver, isn't he? And I think Japan haven't had a driver for quite a while. I think it was Kobayashi, was it 2014? Goodness me, now 6 years ago now. 6 years too long since we haven't had it. Oh, it's Asdog there. Oh, turned in too early there, didn't he? Into the new Val chicane. Has damaged his end plate, and unfortunately because of that he is going to have to come back into the pits as well then. So that's unfortunate for Asdog, and he is the first victim of the Monaco Armco barrier as we come through Rascats now. We've got a Williams behind him, I think it is. Let's take a look to see what it is. It is JJ. Williams haven't set any points yet, and JJ has also kissed the Armco as well, and he's also become a ghost there as well. Asdog has still set a time on a 12.008, then almost a license to thrill. JJ's gone at third fastest because sprinting behind him has gone into 11.5, half a second in front of Asdog, but Asdog has been on pole position around here before, didn't he? And I think it's his last pole position that he's actually achieved in IRC, which is a very interesting start indeed then. Can he get himself back on pole position today then? That's going to be interesting stuff indeed then. Timmy then is now on pole position at the moment. He's almost a second and a tenth in front of Sprint in second position there, so I've almost lost my teeth there. Hang on a minute, there we go. I was all gums there. We got Sam Karts, who's now up into fourth position. Lovely stuff indeed. Roscoe had a bit of a missable top. Oh, lovely shot here from the diffuser of Roscoe. Lovely shot indeed. I do love looking at the cars behind there. Oh, goodness me. We got Hogg in fourth position over there. It's 12, car 12 in fourth. Lovely stuff indeed then. The cars come through thick and fast at the moment, and yes, it's going to be drama, isn't it, here in the Monaco Grand Prix. I was just talking about how much I love the past race in Monaco. 96 already came up, didn't it? Of course, only 4 cars classified that season, didn't it? Incredible stuff. Schumacher went out on the first lap, didn't he? Unfortunately, just after the Lowe's hairpin around here. Of course, it was wet that day, wasn't it? Very, it was slipperier than an eel, wasn't it? He went off at that corner there, didn't he? And he wrecked his Ferrari. Unfortunately, we had Olivier Panis there that won the race. And that was, I couldn't believe this stat when I heard it on Sunday, but that was the last man to win, the last Frenchman, I should say, to win a Grand Prix up until Pierre Gasly. I couldn't believe that. I had to read that twice. I was astounded by that. Incredible stat indeed. I do love a good start. Here comes Maxi, the championship leader then. Lovely over the shoulder shot from the Ferrari as well. Of course, Ferrari have also released a lovely livery for Mugello this weekend, and I've got to say, I love the burgundy. I think they should keep it personally, but there we go. We're on board with Maxi at the moment, and he doesn't care what colour the car is. All he cares about is getting on pole position then for the Monaco Grand Prix, the most sought after pole position of the season. Perhaps, maybe not statistically, but definitely in terms of drives ones. Well, Timmy has really thrown the gauntlet down, hasn't he? He's the only man down to 10 so far. Interesting stuff. But Harry is now coming through Raskas as well in the McLaren. He's 8th in the World Championship at the moment, and the McLaren drivers coming through Anthony Noakes as well. Then Roscoe has gone off it to back, and that is a shame. Roscoe is the first. And look at that. Oh, he's gone right into the bar down the outside. We've had a lot of incidents in back over the course of the season, haven't we? Martin Brundle smacked his head there one year. I think it was 83, wasn't it? Or 84. Something like that. I think he was in the Turl team, wasn't he? If I'm not very much mistaken. Yeah, but I think they let him get back in the car. He was also disqualified one year, wasn't he, for missing the weighbridge, which is quite harsh. But yeah, Roscoe unfortunately is out of qualifying, and that is it. Even if his time is a 12.7, that's unfortunately doesn't matter. There's no T cars in Formula 1 these days, is there? He can't run back to the pits and get into the spare car. That has been outlawed since 2002, and that's a shame now for the Scotsman, isn't it? So Roscoe is going to be absolutely furious with what is occurring right now then. As we've got Double then, he's just coming on lap as well then, as he is in the Renault at the moment. Lovely stuff indeed then from Double then, as he is now going up into turn 1 into Sandoval then. Double has had a bit of a difficult start to the season, I think. He's usually a man who really crosses the line more often than not, doesn't he? But this season he had a couple of DNFs, which is very unlike Double. But let's see what he can do then. Of course, it's not how you start, it's how you finish, isn't it? So let's see what Double could do as well. T7 is also out of the garage as well then. So we could potentially be losing 5 cars in the session. We were guaranteed to be losing 4 cars anyway, but if Roscoe out of the race, out of qualifying I should say, as he has ripped off the front left part of the suspension there on that Red Bull. Yeah, it is a Red Bull. On that Red Bull then, yeah, he's unfortunately, that is it. That's him done and dusted, I believe, as we're just on board then with Double as he comes into the Nouvelle chicane. And then accelerate out. Yeah, to back has been a pretty difficult corner over the years, hasn't it? I remember 2004. That was a cracking race in 2004. I really enjoyed that. But you can't really say that about many races in 2004, can you? Really, with Schumacher and Ferrari at the absolute peak dominance, wasn't it? Of course, that was the last that was the last World Championship for Schumacher, where he got his 7th one. Was it a 7th World title there for Michael Schumacher? And of course, Hamilton can potentially clinch it at the 7th World title this season, albeit some people saying that it's not going to be as valued, is it? Because they're only doing 17 races this season, albeit they used to do 17 races back in the day, didn't they? Of course, 99 had only 16 races, didn't it? In the 99 season. So yeah, I'm not really sure if I agree with that one. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. Right, we're on board with Steve at the moment now, and of course Steve is wearing a pink helmet tonight then, and of course that is because he is wearing a pink helmet special tonight, as a little girl could be coming at any point then as well over the course of the next 2 days then as well. So yeah, good luck to Steve and yeah, really and Lauren as well. And I hope everything goes well. And yeah, fingers crossed then for everyone here at IRC. And yeah, and Steve. Well, as I said to him earlier on then, because if his little girl is due today or tomorrow, she'll probably decide to arrive in this race, won't she? But if he goes into AI mode, surely, and he's in the race, surely no one could overtake him, because that's just rude, isn't it? Yeah, but yeah, good luck to Steve, and I hope all goes well, and I'm sure all will go well as well for Steve. And that's why he's wearing the pink helmet tonight, and that is I got to say, that's the most important thing I'm going to say tonight. So good stuff indeed there from Steve. And yep, and as we're on board with him now, then as he is now coming through Lowe's hairpin. Steve's had a cracking start to the season, by the way, as well. Just get on the bandwagon as well. He's got everything but the win so far, but I gotta say, his consistency is monstrous, isn't it? Really incredible stuff indeed. 7 podiums and 7 starts there for Steve, and he's also had 2 fast laps as well. That is why he is so close to Maxi in the championship running. And Maxi there had a difficult race in the Dutch Grand Prix, didn't he? He cost himself second position by that extra pit stop, which really didn't happen towards the end. And of course that potentially he might be looking back at that and ruin it. So as I see that it's coming through. Raskas now into Anthony Noakes, and of course the man, the brainchild behind this crazy idea of racing around Monaco, and he comes up to the line as well. And Steve is the only second mark. only the second man there to go into the 110s. Lovely stuff indeed there. Josh is done. Oh, Josh is in the same parking space which is reserved for Ferrari, isn't it? So Josh there coming into the pits and on a couple of issues as well. Talking to Ferrari, here comes Rizzle 6 then. He was so close, wasn't he, to some points last time out, Rizzle 6 then, as he's drifting across the road there. I wonder if he was just doing a bit of harvesting then. Oh, he's also clipped the barrier on the inside there, and I think that's also ruined his lap as well. Matt 6700 a second up at the moment then, as he is very much on the limit there, isn't he, in the AlphaTauri, as he is now coming down into the Nouveau chicane as well, then going over the curbs and accelerating away there, not making sure he's got a bit of space there on the outside. I thought there was a car in the wall at the back then. No, it wasn't. It was just a sponsor there into the swimming pool. They have opened it up, haven't they, over the past few years? I'll say the past few years. I think they opened it back in 2003 if I'm not very much mistaken. Before then it was very tight and twisty, wasn't it? Of course there was no room for manoeuvring. Now you've got a bit of run off then, so if you do make a mistake, you're not in the wall. But albeit as a Matt has gone into third fast and a second up then, impressive stuff there from the Monaco master and the man who's usually pretty good at street circuits. And let's see if we can get a win here tonight as well. So Matt in third position at the moment then. JJ is back out on track at the moment then. PB and Penny have not come out on circuit just yet. Then Roscoe is also out of qualifying at the moment then, but it's also the fifth car out of qualifying. We're going to be losing 5 at the moment then. Oh goodness me, JJ there, that was a really weird going on there, wasn't it? Goodness me, I was getting a bit concerned there as where he was going there. As you can see, taking a couple of bites of chair there down into Mirabel before he goes into the Lowe's hairpin, and he's climbing all over the curb there. Goodness me. And I gotta say, that's kind of how I drive a normal road car, really. I'm always on the curb. Anyway, I drive like it's Grand Theft Auto. Going through Portier as well then before coming into the tunnel then. There's only one DRS around this circuit because, of course, you can't have DRS in the tunnel because it really upset the aerodynamics and all that jazz. So I try and sound very smart, which I'm anything but. As we're just coming out onto the C front as well and into the back is infamous, isn't it? Ralph Schumacher in 2005 had a big old smash there as well in the single shot qualifying when he was driving in the Toyota as well. As Steve's retired from the session now, he is through and comfortably into qualifying too, and of course then Steve there is going to be putting up his feet there, and I'm sure that there's looking after his other half as well, as a sprint has gone retired from the session, I should say, but he's he's 7 fast at the moment. I was getting very confused. JJ is currently in 14th position at the moment. Then we got Alex for Penny. Penny has emerged out of the pits as well. PB, who I was quite surprised, that's the first time he took part in qualifying this season. Last time out, PB is he hasn't got any qualifying bans or anything like that. PB just likes to keep his tyres in order. That I generally think that he has to pay for his Pirelli tyres. As oh goodness me, JJ there taking a lot of liberties there, taking the Lowe's hairpin too acute there, and unfortunately just spat him out wide there, and he has damaged the end plate, I think, on that Williams. He has indeed then. These cars are quite strong, but even a glancing blow like that into the Armco could really do your car more harm than good then. We're just watching Penny now in the racing points. Well, 6 points so far this season. He scored all 6 of those points though in Australia. Melbourne, if I'm not very much mistaken then. JJ's retired from the session. Oh goodness me, we were just watching JJ, and he is into the barrier. Oh, he's gone straight home now, and I'm not sure how that's happened for JJ. Remember, we've had big crashes over the years at Rosberg in 2012, and he skimmed the barrier there, didn't he? Perez a big smash there, and of course he missed the that infamous 2011 Canadian Grand Prix, didn't he? Because I think Pedro da Rosa took over his seat, didn't he? So yeah, Perez there on a big smash there as well. Carl Vendiger had a concussion there, didn't he? In 94, that awful season 94, and I don't think he was ever the same driver since then, was he? Carr wasn't. Penny now goes into 14th position as well. T. Summers retired from the session then. Double is back out on circuit as well. We've got Josh now out on track then. JJ is out of qualifying. Roscoe's out of qualifying as well, but JJ has been the first man who's under the bar at the moment then, as they are climbing up the hill then before coming into Casino Square then. Lovely over the shoulder shot from Josh as well. This is only Josh's third appearance here in the IRC then, with the Williams team as well. And can he get some points on the board? He looks very much more at home in the Dutch Grand Prix, didn't he? And it was some good driving there from Josh now. So can he now build on that? And I've got to say, he's had some couple of difficult races to start his career, hasn't he? Abu Dhabi there can be very tricky, isn't it? Indeed, then especially as it's usually the end race of the season. The Dutch Grand Prix would have been difficult for anyone, but it's such an old school circuit, isn't it? It really bites you hard if you get it wrong. And talking to biting you hard, this race is no. There is no what word am I looking for? I have no idea really, to be honest. always he kisses the outside of tobacco as well. Goodness me, there's a lot of French kissing going on here tonight, isn't there? Oh, goodness me. But yeah, of course, this track, there is no mercy, is it? That's what I was trying to say. No mercy at all in this circuit there. So if you're going to go off, you're going to go off in a big way. Roscoe on JJ have already gone off and are out of the race as well. And two of the which Josh is now in front of his teammate there, and he's done a good job on that lap, man. But he is still in the drop zone at the moment then. Penny is going for another bite of the chair as well. We're on board with Penny at the moment then, in the racing point as well, before it becomes the Aston Martin. Of course, the big news of the day is Sebastian Vettel has signed with Aston Martin, or aka this car here, the racing point as well, which is good news, because albeit I gotta say I wasn't a big fan of Vettel over the years there, especially as he was always the villain to Hamilton and all that kind of stuff. But I have felt sorry for him in a couple of races this season, and I don't think a driver's talent has lost all his speed, has he? So yeah, I think that something is going wrong with that Ferrari car. Of course, I don't think the Ferrari's done it on purpose. I just generally think the Ferrari have just developed a appalling car, haven't they? Really? And remember, Red Bull had an appalling car in 2014 as well, didn't they? And Ricciardo also outshone Vettel as well. So Vettel does need a a car that hit to his liking, doesn't he? I think it's similar to Raikkonen as well, isn't it? If Raikkonen has a car absolutely to his liking, then he is unstoppable, isn't he? There's only a few drivers in history like Fernando Alonso, like Lewis Hamilton, they can drive around those problems, can't they? Val is 11th fastest at the moment. He's out on track, and Josh is going for another lap at the moment, and this is all nothing for Josh now. We're into the last minute and 15 seconds of this qualifying session then. So at the moment, Double and PB are looking set to be out of this qualifying session, and indeed they are then, unless they can find a shortcut, which there is actually a shortcut down the new chicane, and damage still on that Williams at the moment. And now we're coming into Mirabel, but that lap doesn't look very competitive at all, does it? So we'll go on board with Penny again then, as he is now coming out of Porsche as well, and into the world famous Monaco tunnel there. The tunnel was a lot shorter than that, wasn't it? Of course, if I think I seen an old video of the Monaco circuit, and of course the tunnel didn't start till just after that kink, did it? It was incredible, really was indeed there. And of course that chicane was kind of like it was kind of aimed through two barriers, really, wasn't it? Of course that chicane didn't exist then, did they? If anyone's watched the 82 Grand Prix at Monaco, that's a cracking race as well. That was a race where no one wanted to win, did they? Goodness me, we had so many people retire, so many people they lost the lead. We had Perez, Patrese, De Cesaris, Peroni, just to name a few that just decided that they didn't want to win the Monaco Grand Prix that season, did they? Of course, 82 was a bit of a odd year anyway. Pele, goodness me, I'm on football now as well. Goodness gracious me, this is what you get for finishing work. Like my mind is not in it at all, is it? As I'm talking about all kinds of nonsense anyway. Mercedes then is back in that car, back into the garage now, as we are done in qualifying then, and that is qualifying one done and dusted. We have lost 5 cars in this qualifying session, and unfortunately the 5 men are Roscoe, Josh, JJ, Double and PB are all out of qualifying one then here in Monaco, unfortunately then. Of course Roscoe, even though if you just joined us and wondering why Roscoe's out of qualifying, that is because he crashed into Tabac, and because of that he is out of the race there. If you Pelly there is actually demonstrating what the old chicane used to look like. Very nice indeed there from Pelly there. Lovely stuff indeed then. Good demonstration there from the racing point driver. But yeah, unfortunately Roscoe there into Tabac, out of the race, out of the car, out of the qualifying as well. Just watching Penny there, who will be feeding off to the right hand side and coming into the pits there. Of course the pits is also very newly developed as well. I keep saying new, it's not anymore, is it? Goodness me. 2004 I think is when they first used this new pit lane, did they? Because it used to be on the opposite side. It used to be literally right next to the pit straight, didn't it? And that was very cramped indeed, wasn't it? Goodness me. It's very a lot of drivers usually say how tight it is around here, but goodness me, it's very tight, wasn't it? Way back when in 2003 as well then. So as we're now ending qualifying 1, qualifying 2 is coming up in just a jiffy, so don't go anywhere folks. Excuse me, I'm a bit dehydrated. Right, we're going into we will be going to qualifying 2 in just a few moments then, but of course as the time is ticking down, this gives me a great opportunity there to talk about my memories of this place really. And of course I have fond memories of the Monaco races. One highlight I do like actually is I think it's the 2005 one actually, where it was a great race as well. Kimi Räikkönen was absolutely superior, wasn't he, in that 2005 race? And I think it was the two Williamses, wasn't it? Heidfeld and Webber had a cracking race. Renault had real problems with their rear traction, didn't they? They were really struggling, both Renaults were, because up until that point, Renault were definitely the car to beat, or the team to beat, I should say, really, weren't they? As they were having a they were on a cracking season. Of course, that was Fernando Alonso's first World Championship as well, wasn't it? Albeit 2005 was a bit of a strange year, wasn't it? Of course, that was the year where you weren't allowed to change tyres, which was a really odd rule. I quite enjoyed it at the time, actually. I do look at 2005 as one of my fondest F1 memories. That year was really good. I have watched the review several times, really. I do like that year. And of course, you look back and realise that McLaren was so good that season. How did they not win the? How did they not fight for the championship more, or at least take it more down to the wire? Well, unfortunately, it's reliability, and McLaren have had awful reliability over the years, if you look back, don't you? Even in their championship winning years, they've had 99. Their reliability in Australia was absolutely appalling, wasn't it? And I think in 99 is the general as well, wasn't it? Because they gave Eddie Irvine and Frentzen there a chance to go for the championship. It was brilliant, 99 was. And talking of brilliant, look at the top three there. Less than a tenth of a second separates the top three. Fantastic. Of course, we're not talking about the top three just yet. We're talking about the bottom five. PB, Double, JJ, Josh, and Roscoe are all out of qualifying, unfortunately. And don't worry, guys, we'll be seeing them in the race then, and this is going to get very interesting then. Indeed, then, as I'm just quickly. Oh, I got a message. Unfortunately, I've been roped into playing football on Saturday, so I'm going to have to get me. I'm going to have to get me a tight shirt on, so it sucks me gutting because yeah, I'll put on a few pounds over lockdown. Anyway, we're into qualifying 2 then, and enough about my large waistline. I think we need to be more concerned about the cars on track, and at the moment there is no cars on track, is there? But we are waiting for qualifying 2 then in just a jiffy as well. Yeah, going back to some of my memories of Monaco as well. I got 97. How could you forget that season? That was cracking, wasn't it? Barrichello scored Stewart's ever first points there. Not only that, their first podium as well around here is cracking, wasn't it? To watch Stewart there really doing a great job as well. I think Ferrari finished first and third at that weekend as well, didn't they? It was a poured down with rain, and I think it was a Williams and McLaren decided to go on the slick tyres, didn't they? Of course, they still had slick tyres back in 97, didn't they? And those very angry machines, weren't they? I love the 97 cars. They look so nimble, don't they? And wide. It was they just look like cars, don't they? It was really. I do look back at the 90s with fond memories as well. I do love thinking about the races back in the 90s. As I look back through rose-tinted glasses, don't I? Because back then compared to today, we didn't have as many overtakes, did we? There was also refueling involved in as well, wasn't there? Now everyone's on different types of strategies. It was kind of more sprint races, wasn't it? Rather than looking after tyres. But whether you was looking after tyres or something different, like back then, you're probably looking after your gearbox or something. Albeit they completely demolished the cars, didn't they, overnight, and rebuilt them, which is incredible, isn't it? I can't believe that they used to do that back then. It's incredible, isn't it? How much money they throw in. But of course, that was all part of the tobacco advertisement, wasn't it? Which was throwing a lot of monies at these cars, wasn't it? And they did produce some incredible livery. So we will about the tobacco, which probably wasn't the best of sponsorship deals, was it? But they made some amazing livery cars, didn't they? I've got to say, Jordan's Benson's and Hedges, yeah, something like that. But I just love the 99 car. It was absolutely a beauty, a thing of beauty. The 99 car, I absolutely loved it. And Mercedes is crawling, and it's fizzy there, but I think it's just trying to get the car up and ready to deploy as well. It is. I need to be talking about qualifying. There's me again, waffling on about yesteryear and all the history as well. I'm showing my age, and I need to be talking about the cars. And they are now coming down into Mirabeau as well. 18-7 then for the first sector for Aston, because this is the last time he had pole position in IRC. Now, can he get another pole position? And he hasn't had a pole position in such a almost 2 seasons now, has he? And the back end, they're trying to snake out as well. Of course, I think that last season, Asdog I don't think he had the best one-lap performance, did he? But race performance is so much better, didn't he? He won 2 races on the trot in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix and also in the Spanish Grand Prix as well. As we've got a yellow flag, as one of the Ferraris is really cruising there, and you can see that shot there did remind me of Peroni there, who ran out of fuel in the pit lane, didn't he, in 82? Anyway, so just watching Asdog, and look at this, it's that AlphaTauri there. Is just again out of the way. There's one of it's one of the AlphaTauris, but which one? run, was it? Well, we're going to find out then is that Penny has retired from the session. He has gone into the swimming pool section. We've got a Ferrari also having issues as well. And Mercedes also flashing past us then. And oh goodness me then, is that Fizzy has gone over the debris. And I think that the Penny has ripped off both left wheels of the car. Oh goodness gracious me then. And that is not good at all. And Max Verstappen's crashed there in 2 seasons. Fizzy's gone fastest on the soft compound tyres in this qualifying 2 session. And this qualifying 2 has started off with a bang. Maybe too much of a bang there for Penny, unfortunately. As Timmy goes at full action, I'm expecting safety cars. I'm expecting the works here tonight then. And I've got to say, if it lives up to anything like the Dutch Grand Prix just under 7 days ago, then these guys are going to be definitely going to be bowing down to him, because that was a cracking race. Loved it. T-Sammy has gone 6th fastest at the moment then, the World Championship leader. No, the former world champion, I should say. He's not the championship leader at the moment, is he? That is the Ferrari driver, Maxi, who is in the pits at the moment. Matt has gone 5th fast at the moment. Steve is now out on circuit as well. We've also got Harry Lovely over the shoulder shot as well for the McLaren there, as he's now coming out to the new Val chicane there, and coming out to the back. I think Harry's had a very strong start to the season, hasn't he? He was missing last time out, unfortunately. Harry was in the McLaren, if I'm not very much mistaken, and good to be the back end is trying to overtake the front there, which is not what ideal for Harry, is it? And now he's coming into anti-nose for the front. I'm not taking up too much curb there, is he? Before accelerates away, then DRS right on the money. Harry goes at 10th fast at the moment. So you got yellow flags floating out there for one of the Mercedes there, who's just crawling back to the pits by looks. What about Steve then? Steve comes up to the line, so he's 2nd fast. He's the fastest on the medium tyres at the moment, Steve is. Of course, said if you qualify in the top 10, you must start on that tyre which is set your fastest tyre on. That is what we're doing here in qualifying 2. We're eliminating 4 cars, and we're also trying to determine who in the top 10 is going to start on what tyre then. And of course does tyre management, does tyres really matter around here? Sure, it's about track position, isn't it? Well, it could. Oh, is that Ferrari has gone off in Porsche as well? I think Hamilton parked there in 2015, didn't he? After he lost the race win there, as might have had a bit of sour grapes there, didn't he? As I think first 6 cars deployed, and Mercedes brought him in, didn't they? And he was a very unhappy chappy last season, wasn't he? Valda coming through the low hairpin as well then. Now as we just drop down then into, you can see that we've got a bit of it's getting a bit dull out there, isn't it? Goodness me, I wonder if we're going to expect some rain here in the Monaco Grand Prix qualifying session. Anyway, goodness me, I noticed there's a lot of lights there shining off the car going out of low hairpin. There might have just been a bit dull over there, as now we're coming into back as well then for Val. I gotta say, I love riding on board with these gladiators in qualifying. It's fantastic, isn't it? Val there having to take 2 bites of the cherry. I thought he turned in too early then, but good reaction there from Val. Now then out of Rascas as well. You can see himself on the big screen. He can give him a wave. Oh my goodness me! Props and all then as he has gone into the anti notes there. I wonder if that might be alright, because he might have put him back on there. And look at that, 7 thousandths of a second quicker then. He is licensed to thrill around Monte Carlo. Monte Carlo is synonymous with casinos, and so is James Bond as well. Incredible stuff indeed then. Is Harry then is on 2 lap out soft tyres, but it looks like he's crawling back into the pits as well. Now here's the championship leader. I mistakenly gave T. Sammy then the championship lead then. I apologise to Maxi, but of course T. Sammy the former champion as well then. I gotta say he is roles reversal this season, isn't it? Maxi has absolutely been incredible this season, really has. And of course, the last time out, as we mentioned, I think that was the lowest he's finished in the race with last time out. It was third position. It's absolutely incredible, isn't it? From the Ferrari driver as well. Then he's really then after a difficult start after a difficult debut in IRC last season. Albeit he did finish 4th in the World Championship, which isn't a difficult start by any stretch of imagination. But with Maxi's talent, we was expecting to be a bit higher up than that. Yellow flags there, as it's one of the Mercedes just crawling back to the pits as well. It is Val who was taking more of a leisurely pace back in as well. Here comes Hawk then, as he is now accelerating out to Sandvoort and coming up the hill as well. That is that's what I was talking about there with the elevation change. Like goodness me, it's a bit like a roller coaster, isn't it? Well, bit there, one mistake and you're into the Armco barrier. Unfortunately, Penny is our next victim. We've had 3 victims so far. It's JJ Roscoe and now Penny as well then, into the low hairpin. I believe that's the slowest choice corner on the F1 calendar, if I'm not very much mistaken. Lovely shot from Hulk's diffuser here as he climbs over the curbs then, and before accelerating into the tunnels. Well, I love this shot there. I can't wait to see this shot during the race as well. Yellow flags there is coming out of Rascas as well. It's just so now just got out of the way, I believe that is now coming into the into the Nouvelle chicane as well. I used to like the shot where it's like a long distance shot. You can see that there's a bit of buildings down the way now, but back in 96, I remember there's a famous shot of Damon Hill, his engine breaking down and having a very strange noise coming out. Oh, it's Hog there! Oh, he's into the wall, and he took too much curve. He spat him on the inside there, and Hog is damaged the end plate. Is he coming in the pits? Indeed he is, and the Renault driver is, and that's quite disappointing there for Hog, and he's going to have to go again, unfortunately. Timmy is out on track very early as well. So is Matt. Interesting stuff here. And look at that. It's getting very gloomy out there. I reckon that they might see what I see and what you and me can see. And that is that those rain clouds might be coming in then. I haven't heard anything about the weather or anything like that. But I quite like having a surprise. So, oh, yellow flag then. And free then. It's one of the racing points. It seems to be parked. It's I think it's Sam Karts just giving himself some space there. 9/10 second up. Timmy is there in the second intermediate split time. Lovely stuff indeed then. Here it comes car 81 then. Lovely stuff. Very controlled on the throttle there from Timmy. Looking inch perfect. And that's looking like a peach as he comes across the line. And what is this? This is fast again. Timmy is showing some incredible pace here in Monaco. I'm loving it. This is good stuff indeed then. And Matt has just dropped down into 9th fastest as someone, I think that was one of the Alfa Romeos there. But Matt has now got up into 2nd fast as well. Lovely stuff then. T. Simon's done 2 laps then on these soft tires then, and it was T. Simon who's gone 6th fast at the moment. Interesting stuff. I'm loving this at the moment. Anything could happen. And Sam Karts is on track at the moment. Oh, Rizzle Sticks are taking 2 bites of chair there because he hesitated there. Look how much the car just under rotated there and almost went to the outside bar as well. And look at this then, getting very skittish. I gotta say, Rizzle Sticks was the bravest one in the Dutch Grand Prix, because I gotta say, I think he was on a dry setup in that horrific weather conditions. That Ferrari back end was wagging more than my old dog's tail then. I gotta say, it was very excited, that car was. And once again it looks like Rizzlestick must enjoy driving rally cars, doesn't he, because that back end is stepping out there. Oh, Sam Karts there is just ended, has just removed a bit of end plate there. Maybe he just wants a bit more straight line speed as he's now in 10th position. Oh, lovely stuff indeed then. Harry has also started his lap as well, as he is coming out of Sandoval then and building up the hill then as well in the McLaren, and it is getting very doom and gloom overhead, isn't it? As you look up in the sky, we see dark clouds gathering here in the Principality, and we might have to get under an umbrella, everyone, as we might be seeing some raindrops falling on our head. Down to the lows hairpin as well then for Timmy then. Sorry, for Harry I should say then, that is Timmy's teammate of course then. And now coming into point as well then. In front of us is the racing point of Sam Karts there, who has just gone into 10th fast at the moment. He is the man in danger because of course he is on the cusp at the moment, isn't he? And Harry there is, oh goodness me then. I gotta say, I thought he was cutting the corner there slightly there. That's a very acute angle there for Harry as he comes now into the back then. Floats over to Seafred over the swimming pool section. Look at this as he bounces over those curbs as well. Incredible stuff, isn't it? As these guys sit on the floor, don't they? They must have bums of steel. Now into Anthony Noakes as well then, right out of it beautifully well as well. And now he comes over the line then. His target times are he's at a 12.0 then, and he is into qualifying 3 at the moment then. Look at that then, he's got very glue. Oh, Val just smashed off my toupee. Incredible stuff. He is flying through the first part of the swimming pool, and now then as he comes into Rascas as well then, back end is slide now. He's controlling the slide beautifully well then. Oh, look at that, and that back end is a wagon there. Goodness me, a bit like Nicki Minaj as he comes across the line. He is 8th fastest. Lovely stuff indeed there for the Mercedes. Oh, I gotta say, that was getting very tight, wasn't it? And here comes Hogg as well. He is half a second up there as well as he comes out of Rascas then and accelerates away then. And then we've still got a bit of sunshine overhead, but I gotta say, it's getting darker and darker over at the moment. Hogg goes 10th fast as well. That 10th spot is very prestigious at the moment. We got Harry, we got Hogg, we got Sam Karts, all battling away then for the final spot of the top 10 shootout with 2 minutes to go in this session. And Harry Lennox is coming in the pits as well. And out of the pits comes Sprint as well. He is probably going to be looking over his shoulder now, Sprint, so he's coming out of the pits there with 120 seconds to go. And now you can see it's a very difficult pit exit here, isn't it? Of course, if you cross that yellow line, you will be in trouble, of course. It's for safety purposes as well, which the FIA and the rule makers take safety very seriously indeed, don't they? And I heard a very scary rumour the other day. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but if that halo wasn't on the cars, then George Russell might have been seriously hurt in that smash there. Giovinazzi had an issue in the Belgian Grand Prix, didn't he? And of course, smashed the car, and a wheel came across into George Russell's path. And so, yep, of course, I think the halo has been justified. I was not a big fan of the halo when it first was introduced there, but of course, if it saves lives, then you've got to all be for it, haven't you? Really? And there's no argument about having it on the car or not. But I was someone who was really against it as well. But I think it's justified itself with the Charles Leclerc incident in 2018 in Belgium, and a couple of other incidents as well. And I think one of them was the George Russell incident in Belgium. Interesting stuff there from T. I mean, he's retired from the session, and I gotta say, he's going to be feeling very uncomfortable at the moment. Not many people are going out, but so is Max as well. As we got a lot of cars in the pit still, and it's the only man who's out on track is Sam Carts and Sprint as well. I wonder if Sprint now is going to play it by ear, as potentially he might not need to complete this lap then, as he is on the soft tyres. Comes over the grid Hudson as well then, and now powers out of Sandoval, almost drifting into the Armco there, but making sure that he wants to straighten the car as quickly and as smoothly as possible without scrubbing off any speed, as now he's coming out of Casino Square and dropping down the hill then, as he now comes into Mirabeau as well. Then lovely stuff from Sprint then, as he comes into the Lowe's hairpin there. Look at that, 22 miles an hour. That is very slow. I wish I could hit 22 miles an hour, to be honest, but that's never going to happen. I wish I could hit 2 miles an hour, really, as walking space, but there you go. Now Sprint there, lovely over the shoulder shot as well from Sprint, and cracking helmet covers as well. Loving that helmet covers, a bit of blue, a bit of white, a bit of red. I love it, as he now comes over the Nouvelle chicane as well then, as you can see a bit of leaves there fluttering in front of this camera there. Great stuff indeed there. Before coming, look at that shot. Incredible stuff. Look at the energy from that Formula 1 car. It's amazing, isn't it? These machines are monsters, aren't they? The checker flag is fluttering, and into the pits now comes just Sprint then, and that is the top 10 then. And Carts has moved himself out of 10th position as well. Good stuff there from Carts there, jumping from 12th to 10th, 12th to 8th, I should say. And he is in the qualifying free then, once again showing that he has got some speed, hasn't he? Carts has, and of course he's only had one start so far, which is back in the Dutch Grand Prix, so I've just smashed myself in the face. So yeah, good stuff then from Carts there, and once again then showing that he's got some speed then. Can he get some points then? His first points there of his IRC career then is, and we're all going to be cheering him on then, apart from his rivals of course. So he's through in the qualifying free then. The top 10 looks like this. It is Timmy, Matt, Fizzy, Steve, Maxi, T-Sammy, Asdog, Sam Carts, Val, and Sprint. Out of qualifying is Hog, Harry, Rizzlesticks, and Penny, who unfortunately didn't set a time, did he? Because he was out of qualifying fairly early on, wasn't he, unfortunately? And then now there's Sam Carts there. He's now just going to be cruising around the Monaco circuit. And whilst this is going on, then let's go down memory lane a bit more, shall we? I'd like to hear about your favourite Monaco Grand Prix experiences or memories as well. There, I'm sure you can think of a load of them, can you? Go way back to 1984, for example, where Ayrton Senna really announced himself on the big scene, didn't he? In that Tolman, he was fantastic, wasn't he? One more lap, he could have won that race as well, couldn't he? But the red flag was shown there because the conditions was absolutely appalling, wasn't it? Because Alan Prost won that 84 race as well. Remember, 84 was won by half a point, wasn't it? An incredibly close season that was, wasn't it? Sears retired from the session as well. Other Monaco memories there. Ayrton Senna, 88 there. I got to say, of course, he crashed here in Portier, didn't he? When he was absolutely dominating the field there, and yeah, he crashed out of that race, didn't he? Goodness me, otherwise he would have won the Monaco Grand Prix 7 times, which is absolutely outstanding, isn't it? Graham Hill has won it 5 times as well. Unfortunately, his son Damon never won this race, did he? He was robbed of it as well in 1996, wasn't he? When his engine just had a very funny noise, didn't he? And retired from the session there, unfortunately, for Damon Hill. And so as we're just going through the other Monaco marriage as well, yes, I mentioned already 2004 that Jarno Trulli won that race, didn't it? It's one and only race, similar to Olivier Panis, really, wasn't it? As of course Panis, and they both won in French cars as well, didn't they? Jarno Trulli won in the Renault. That was Renault's only race win of the season that year as well, wasn't it? Incredibly. And of course Panis won in the Ligier, was it Mugen Honda? I think it was, wasn't it? It was the Ligier Mugen Honda as well, for the Ligier team as well. That was Ligier's last race win, and of course that was Ligier's last season as well, as they were taken over by Alain Prost, wasn't they? And they became the Prost Racing Team for 1997 as well, and they had a fantastic season, didn't they, in 97. I do look back at 97 as a fond year as well. Of course Bridgestone really nailed it at some of those circuits, didn't they? And we seen a couple of races where the Bridgestone tires were really helping the likes of Stewart and Arrows and the Prost team as well. Our qualifying is Penny, Rizzlesticks, Harry and Hogg. Then that is the dropouts from qualifying 2. As we go into qualifying 3, we got 4 drivers. No, we haven't. We got 5 drivers on softs, 5 drivers on medium. No, goodness me, then it looks like we haven't got a inkling of what is the best strategy. Well, I certainly don't, because I usually hope the drivers would let me know. But it looks like they're keeping their cards very close to their chest as well. Right into qualifying 3 then, and this is it. We are now going to decide who is on pole position then for the Monaco Grand Prix. Well, currently so far this season, 4 pole positions for Maxi. He's at pole position there in the French Grand Prix, Chinese Grand Prix, Hungarian Grand Prix, and last one out in the Dutch Grand Prix. Then it's 2 pole positions there for T. Sammy in the Australian Grand Prix, and of course there in Abu Dhabi as well. Of course Maxi is retired from the session, and then we have got Steve, who got pole position in the Spanish Grand Prix. Maxi ain't getting pole position, so who is going to get pole position? Is it going to be Steve's second pole position? Is it going to be T. Sammy's third pole position? Or we're going to have a new pole sitter for season 8 of IRC then, as Fizz is coming out in the pits. Well, I love that helmet design by Fizzy. Goodness me, that's cracking a bit of artwork. As we got Steven, who is very much on board there, as we've already mentioned about the pink helmet there, which is of course in preparation there for his daughter there, who will be born sometime today or tomorrow. So yep, looking forward to hearing the news as well there. So Steve and Laura, I hope it all goes well indeed then, as he's now coming into the town as well. And Steve is we're on board with the Haas driver as well then. I gotta say, I used to like the Haas last season there. Don't get me wrong, I think that they are one of my favourite teams, mainly because of Gunther Steiner, and I do have a soft spot for Kevin Magnussen and Roman Grosjean. Don't get me wrong, Grosjean I think is, no offence to the Frenchman, but I think he's probably past it, to be honest, and there's a lot of drivers out there that probably deserved his seat this season over him. Hulkenberg is one of them, he did have flashes of speed in his early season, in his early career, didn't he? Remember in 2012 and 13 for the Lotus, he had fantastic drives, didn't he? And remember in 2015 as well, the Belgian Grand Prix there, where he got Lotus's final podium, didn't he? Before they transformed back into the Renault team. And in the Haas as well, he drove some pretty decent races for the Haas in their opening season, didn't they? In Australia, and I think it was wasn't it Malaysia? I think it was Bahrain actually, wasn't it? It was Bahrain, yes. So they had some really good. Grosjean's had some very stellar performances, hasn't he? But I think that Grosjean's probably done, isn't he? Really, this probably is his last season. I'm a big fan of Kevin Magnussen, though. I don't know why. I think it's probably because of his profanity, or the fact that I just don't really like Kevin Magnussen, and I'll be gutted to see Kevin go as well. But of course, I think that there are a lot of good drivers there in the pipeline, isn't there? And it was unfortunate that we didn't get the GP2, the Formula 2 champion, not racing F1 this season, Nick de Vries, who's gone to Formula E, isn't it? So they're which is kind of wrong, really, isn't it? Where you hear the Formula 2 champion, they're not getting into Formula 1, isn't it? Really, because it's meant to be the feeder series of Formula 1, and they don't get pulled in. But I think the Vries there has enjoyed himself in Formula 1. Interesting to see what he does in his second season with Mercedes this season as well. Now I think the Stoffel Van Dorn is looking good for next season as well. But enough about the Formula E. Let's talk about the Formula 1. Steve is fast as there in 11.1. Lovely stuff indeed then. Aston comes across the line, and he is now on pole position. It was a very pedestrian lap there from Steve, wasn't it? Matt comes across the line. He is third fast at the moment there in the Alpha Tauri. Then we got the second Mercedes. The first Mercedes, Fitty, who goes third fast. Well, lovely stuff indeed. Then the second Mercedes. I've also got the McLaren as well of Timmy then, as he's coming into the final part of the course as well. Accelerates away then Timmy then. We know he has shown some incredible speed so far, and he is on the front row of the grid. That is where he needs to be here in Monaco. Here comes Val, and he's He comes out the final turn as well. Where's he going to go? He goes 6 fast as well. Lovely stuff indeed. T-Sammy comes across the line. And he goes fastest there, T-Sammy. He has been sandbagging now for a mile. And he is on pole position and for the Monaco Grand Prix. Sprint has gone 8th fastest. And some cards at the moment, we're on board with it at the moment, as I've got an itchy knee. So he is now just, he's very good awareness there from Sam Carts there. And that's why I'm not an F1 driver, guys, and I think this is where my IRC career officially ended. Well, definitely mentally ended, as I took Roscoe out in my one and only race in the Monaco Grand Prix for IRC as well. That is my claim to fame of IRC, of taking Roscoe out. I was so sorry, I even let Asdog through as well, because I was shameful that day. Anyway, enough said about that, the better. So just watching Sam Carts as he is coming through to back as well. And the sun is back out, and it's teasing us the weather is, isn't it? Goodness me. There's me talking about the rain, and I should be talking about the sunshine. It's a beautiful day, as you two would sing. And now here comes Sam Carts. Is he going to be singing that as well? He is now out of the second to last turn now, taking a couple bites of cherry. DRS right on the money. He hasn't activated. No, he hasn't. And here we go then. Let's go on board with Sam Carts then in the Monaco Grand Prix. His first experience of Monaco. In the IRC then, as you can see, the back end trying to step out there. Alexander Vault there. But that hasn't scrubbed off any speed as well. Coming over the crest of the hill as well. Before coming into Casino Square. This is where the track rapidly drops down. Then there's a bump. I think it's a junction, isn't it? So you try to go around that bump. Otherwise you'll lose control of the car. Through Mirabel as well. Before coming into the Lowe's hairpin as well. Touching the 25-mile-an-hour mark. Sam Carts is taking a bit more speed then. Then a couple of the other races like there. Into Portier as well. Much better view than in the real waterfall, because there's a bigger blue board up there, isn't it, with development going on. So trying to expand one to come out on the sea, isn't they? Through the tunnel then before coming down and he's knocked up big time, but he is carried on as well. And I'm wondering if I think he might have gained time there through the new Val chicane and through to back then. Now into the swimming pool then, as you can see, now another right, now another left. Thank goodness they're coming thick and fast as he has a bit of oversteer on the car. Now through Rascas and accelerates a while then. And now a short squirt down to Anthony knows well. DRS right on the money. That is a lap of Monaco. It's an adventure. And where does that put him? That puts him 5th fastest. Good curl of the mustard there from Sam Carts then. 5th fastest. Lovely stuff indeed then. As I've got a bit of sweat going on there around my old shoulder area, so I've got to calm down really. Oh, it's Val there has done 3 laps on these soft tires. Remember, in qualifying 3, you got an extra set of soft tires there, which encourages people to go out there. So we have all people on track one time or another. We won't have Max, of course, as he has got a qualifying ban there. Unfortunately, there for Max, he is just watching Val as he's cruising back to the pits as well. So we're going to keep an eye on what Steve can do. He is. Oh no, he's okay. I thought he said Sander Vaught, even though I do have the track map on the right hand side, but obviously I missed that, didn't I? And let's see then in the first sector, he's 2/10 of a second up there now, as we said already. I think Steve's first time, I think it's better than kind of me, I should say, call it pedestrian there, because I gotta say, I would have loved to have done a 111 around here. I would love to have done a 111 around Austria. But Steve there is just having I think just a warm up lap as well, because Steve has got quite a quick left boot, hasn't he? In this hard sense, there's a car right in front of us there. Val is going strong now. One for distracted Steve at all then. I don't think so. He's an ultimate professional, isn't he, Steve, as he comes out of the new Val chicane and flicking under me then through to back then. And you can see going over the car park and hatches as well then into the second part of the swimming pool. Lovely stuff there. It's action, isn't it? It's like a movie, Monaco is, isn't it? And now going on to Rascas as well then. Now a lovely turning circle into Anthony Noakes then. Car 45 then is a right on it like a car bonnet, and he's on pole position by 200. No, he isn't. He's 100th of a second there. Goodness me. And I've got to say, that is, you couldn't even fit a cheese slice in that. That is incredibly, short out of this. Is incredible stuff. On board then with Matt Names. He's coming out the new Val chicane. Lovely shot here from the car to back then as well. Through the swimming pool section. Lovely stuff there. And look at that then as well. Oh, goodness me. Taking liberties on the track, Matt is, but he's carrying on, isn't he? And he is throwing it all against the wall, isn't he? And now through Anthony knows as well that he is on the money. 3 minutes to go in this qualifying session. position. Lovely side pod action. He's up by 9/10 of a second. Incredible stuff there from that. Wow, really well done indeed there. Asdog is in the casino square part. Timmy is 2/10 of a second down. The second intermediate split time, and he is a 10th of a second down. Wonder if he's just trying to get himself limbered up. Well, Fizzy's got himself limbered up. He is in 5th position. Lovely stuff there from Fizzy then. Asdog there is now climbing back down the hill after climbing up the hill then out of Sandoval. Oh goodness me, they're getting very close to Portier, wasn't he? Goodness me, they're skinning those well, almost skinning those tires off, isn't he? A bit of Pirelli rubber there on those old tires, and as he's now coming into, oh my goodness me, they're very close to the barrier, but he's all good so far then. As just watching Josh Jr. saying that was incredible from Steve. It was indeed, wasn't it? Very impressive stuff there. And he is carrying on pole position for the second time. And Asdog is very leery at the moment, but he's in third position. The road Asdog is. He is testing the limits of this car now. He's testing the limits of himself. This is the ultimate test of man and machine as he comes across the line. And a 10th for a second down then. Asdog is. So he's found the over the limit kind of thing, hasn't he? So now then he's just got to go a whisker slower. I know that sounds odd. It's your Formula 1 driver. You're meant to be at the pinnacle, but I think that he's found where he can go now, can he? He's probably been testing the limits of the track, and now then he's going to wind himself up then for a final go then. T Simon's improved by 12 hundredths of a second with 2 minutes to go in this qualifying session then, and we are getting down into the thick of things now. Val's in the pits and it's a Mercedes being wheeled back then. We got Sam Karts out on circuit, we got Sprint out on circuit as well, and they're very close together. T Simon is on track moment, he's 6,000ths of a second up on his personal best so far. He is second in the run in order. And T. Sammy Steeder going for pole position in the Monaco Grand Prix. This is what you want to see in IRC, isn't it? Two of the best drivers in IRC at this moment in time now are having an absolute all-out war, aren't they? For the pole position in the Monaco Grand Prix. This is the most sought-after pole position of the season. Into the Nouveau chicane as well, accelerating out then. Lovely sunshine. Now I've got to say, I wish I was on that yacht, and perhaps one day I will be. But for now, we are now on board with T. Sammy. Yellow flag to the third part. Of course, and that's a pink panther in front of us. It's a racing point. It is Sam Karts, and he is carried on Sam Karts as he's on an outlap at the moment. T Sam now taking 2 points to cherry for Anson Noakes. Is that going to cause him any problems at all? We're on board there with the champion. He is second fastest. That's 2/10 of a second there, and we seen it when we was on board of him, didn't we? Goodness gracious me! And there is now a. This is going to get interesting indeed. And a minute to go in this qualified session. Sprint is 9/10 of a second up in the first intermediate split time. My goodness me! And the Sprint there is really showing some pace, isn't it? As he comes out to Portier as well and flying through the tunnel. Wow, incredible speed. Then touching 170 miles an hour before breaking down there to just 50 miles an hour. Accelerating away onto the harbour seafront as well. Through to back as well. Flicking it down to 4th gear. You're still over 100 miles an hour through to back. Wow! And look at this. As well into the second part of the swimming pool as well, jumping over the sawtooth curves there and going into Rascas as well. He's out of deployment. Let's see then what he can do then. Out of Ansi knows then difficult curve. Then do not straggle the curve too much. Then over the line, it is third fastest, and we have got a split. Alpha Tari, incredible stuff indeed. There. Oh, it's Sam Karts having an issue there. He has damaged the end plate, but he's carrying on there. And that's a Mercedes in behind him as well. That's going to impede his first out there. And look at this. That is now he's getting out of the way. Oh my goodness, there's contact. And Sam Karts there. Sam Karts and Mercedes are kind of blows. I wonder if that hurt Fizzy. Matt is on track at the moment. Sprint is just on an in-lap. Then so we got Steeder. As Josh already said in the comments, that was incredible. Asdog's retired from the session. He's currently 4th fastest. He's on the second row of the grid here in Monaco. And now then Steeder coming through. And well, for some reason that DRS there was there now we go then as Sam Karts retired from the session. Now Steve coming up to the line and it's pole position again. It's a 09959. What a lap from Steve, and he is on course. He has done half the job then. Really incredible stuff. Sprint there is just coming back into the pits. We got Fizzy's 3/10 of a second down, so I might be a bit disappointed with how that unfolded. Matt then is 5th fast one. This is his most competitive qualifying performance so far. Yellow flags are just floating out there. Matt ain't going to be too concerned about that, are they? This ain't going to be a Rosberg type scenario, is it? And Matt comes under the second fastest, and he is on the front row of the grid. goodness me, then what a qualifying time. Brilliant stuff indeed. Josh has dropped the mic down in absolute admiration of these guys. Impressive stuff there. What a qualifying performance. And I gotta say, that was pretty good, wasn't it? Really lovely stuff indeed there. I absolutely enjoyed that one. That was a cracking lap. That was a cracking qualifying time, and it's Steve's second pole position of his career, of his season, I should say. Really well done indeed there for Steve. And he equals T Salme's pole position tally for this season as well. Lovely stuff indeed there from Steve. And gotta say, he is at the most prominent position then, the Monaco Grand Prix. He is at the position where everyone wants to be here in Monaco, but there can only be one. That man is this man here. Can he get his first race win this season as well? Well, he has done a very good job so far, hasn't he? Steve? That's really well done indeed. And look at that then, he is around this 2.0 mile circuit. Yes, there's 19 turns around here. Yes, it's a difficult street circuit. Yes, there are so many braking points. There is so many there's so many places where you could generate errors, but still, to be 3/10 of a second up on anyone else is incredible. Matt, his best qualifying performance of the season so far, with a really good second position then. And he was just a whisker in front. T. Sammy was on the second row then, along with Sprint. Asdog also right up there as well with Fizzy. Also good showing as well. Timmy, who was looking very strong in the opening part of qualifying, is only 7th. Sam Cart's 8th position, good stuff indeed there, albeit him and Fizzy almost came to blows, or probably did come to blows actually there, on the pit straight as well, unfortunately. 9th position is Val, and 10th position there is Maxi. This is going to be a cracker, everyone. Looking forward to this one indeed then. So I start to stretch out my legs then, because this is going to be hot, this is going to be steamy, this is going to be fast. So yep, this is going to be a cracking race indeed then. As see there is just having a parade lap, isn't he? As there he is on his second pole position of the season then for Steve. Really well done indeed there from the IRC veteran, who is really doing incredible. I think this is technically, in terms of stats, his best start to the season of his career. Matt is second there, 2/10 of a second away. Third position is T. Sammy, 3/10 of a second away, with Sprint 4/10 as well. Asdog half a second away. Fizzy in 6th, Timmy in 7th, Sam Carts right up there in 8th. Val in 9th position, and 10th position is Maxi. As I'm just dried off my eyebrows, because my eyebrows are full of sweat at the moment, which is not good, is it? I haven't done qualifying, but qualifying is it's the best qualifying, isn't it, of the season? And if you think about it, as it is very much all about man and machine, isn't it? Now we are going into the race as well, and this is going to get very tasty indeed. I know, lovely. Look at that then. I've got to say, the artificial lights are taking over here in Monaco, isn't it? Of course, we can't see any of the cars at the moment then, because they are out on the course. Yeah, they are out on the course there. So, of course, we're just looking at the pit lane at the moment, and it's a lovely, lovely shot indeed, isn't it? Of seeing all those nose cones ready to be put on the cars, and those are spare nose cones, because we all know what happens in Monaco, don't we? It's and get very feisty indeed, can't it? We're going to have a lot of debris, we're going to have a lot of carnage, aren't we? This is going to be a cracker, isn't it? And at the top there, that is the session start time. We've got 14 seconds to go then before the formation lap, and Steve is the man who's on pole position right now as well then. And really good stuff indeed then. So yeah, I'd like to hear your comments, I'd like to hear your thoughts on the race as well, as you also might like to hear the fact that I've actually just broke a nail, so I'm in a lot of pain now. Right then, here we go then, and there they are. Look at that, that's one of the most famous start lines in Formula 1 then, and we are go for the formation lap. And look at that, not a hard tyre in sight then. Of course, if you're new to Formula 1, Penny's already been disqualified, and so is Josh as well. So that's not a good start for any of those two drivers then, but don't worry everyone, they will be in action in the race as well, but they would like to have a formation lap to really get their feet under the table, so to speak. But yes, this is the formation lap, this is the grid then for the Monaco Grand Prix. But before we do, let's just take a quick conversation about the tyres, shall we? And of course, any of you Formula 1 veterans or Formula 1 fanatics knows about these tyres. They're round and black, aren't they? That's all you need to know about them. Of course, we also need to know about the compounds as well. We got 3 compounds here in Monaco and a lovely predicted pit stop there. Of course, one stop there, medium to hard there. Lap 19 to 29 then is probably the most predicted stop there. We've got a lot of drivers being disqualified here. But we have got soft tyres, the fastest tyre, but they goes off quite quickly. The medium tyre is smack bang in the middle there. And then we've got the hard tyre, which of course is the most durable, but it's also the slowest one. Is that potentially the best race tyre? Let's find out. At the moment then, I think it's the medium tyre which is one of the best race tyre according to the graphics there. Anyway, 39 laps. Pole position is Steve then for his second time of the season. Fantastic stuff indeed then. Fizzy's just apologised to Asdog. Second position is Matt. He's on soft tyres. He has a good opportunity to take the lead there with those soft tyres. T. Sammy in third position with Sprint in fourth. Both medium tyres, so no disqualification. Asdog fifth and Fizzy in sixth there. Medium soft then. 7th for Timmy, 8th for Sam Karts, 9th for Val. All on soft tyres. 10th position is Maxi. Lovely stuff indeed then. That is the top 10. 11th is Hogden. 12th position is Harry. 13th is Rizzle Sticks. Penny in 14th position. Roscoe, we didn't see much from him in qualifying. Let's hope we see more from him in the race there. Both the Williams are 16th and 17th. That is Joshua and JJ. 18th is Double there. This is the kind of race that Double thrives on, doesn't he? And he could be a menacing performer later on in this race, can he? And get some big points there. And PB in 19th position as well. 19 cars, 39 laps then. Carnage, round 8, season 8 of IRC then as well. Those green flags are fluttering, and this is pole sitter Steve, and that is the view. And a lovely shot here from the rear of the grid then. And here we go then, as we are just waiting for those lights to come on then, and we are racing here in Monaco, and it's going for us on a cracking start, and as Maxi has jumped out from underneath there, but Steve, Lisa, look at his T-tires on the inside already there. He has passed Matt and moved up then. As Sam Carter has flown up for the field there. He's flown up to fourth position there, and it's side by side with Harry. He is ghosted on the inside. Goodness me, there's contact, and oh goodness gracious me, there's a bit of lag going on this course so far there. Maxi, who had a good start, he's dropped down into a 13th finish there. He's on the pole and start as we come into Millbow, and he's almost going to the side there. That Mercedes, oh, there's a bit of bumping and grinding then, and Sam Carter is up for session there. Also showing that yellow flag just fluttering then, and just taking a look as they come through in the first part then of Lowe's then, and look at this as Roscoe has moved up into a fantastic 11th position. Maxi's up to 8th position. I apologise as I got thrown there. Is now then Sam Carter in a third 12th position, and he is left for session. Can he get himself back in then as the Haas team are bookending at front in the back of the grid there. See who am I talking about? No, it's Steve, who has got an incredible, I've lost my headset, has got an incredible 1.7 second advantage over T. Sammy after the opening bow here in Monaco. Incredible stuff. Madrob now the third down with Sprint in full position. Sam Carter is back in the session. Then we've got Asdog followed by Val, who's in front of his teammate Fizzy in 6th position. Sorry, 7th position. See then Maxi then the championship leader. Then he's got his work cut out here in Monaco tonight, hasn't he? As they come across the line to complete lap 1. It's almost 2 seconds after the opening whistle. Incredible stuff then. And you can see Sam Carter fast up. He's 6.3 seconds. That's an incredible fastest up there from Sam. By the way, of course, that is because of the issues over the syncing and stuff. So don't ignore that fast up, albeit. As a bit, unfortunately, that would not count, will it? So we're now on board then with the championship leader, Maxis. We come down to Mirabel. Val going a bit wide then. Fizzy's having a look on the inside of his teammates. We come into at the Lowe's hairpin as well then. And look at this, and there's a line or certain moment as well then. Hogg has got in front of Sam as well then, and he's also, that is Roscoe up into 11th position as well. So good stuff there from Roscoe. Lovely stuff indeed there from Roscoe. And let's take a look at the position changes so far then. So T-Sammy up in position, and the big winner on the start line is definitely Roscoe up 4 positions. Fantastic stuff indeed then. Max has got 2 positions. Val has gone at 3 positions. Lovely stuff indeed then. Unfortunately, Sam, who was in the top 10, dropped down 5 positions. That is, of course, also partly because of the issues there with him lagging out as well. Back on board then at the moment now with Maxi. This is the closest battle on track moment. Oh, that's damage there. That's a bit of piece there from the Mercedes. Oh, look at this. All constantly into each other. We got DRS enabled then. I think Val's had an issue somewhere else, and he's letting Fizzy by, you see. I'm not sure. We're on board. Yes, he is, and he's got a little throw by as well. Fly has on the forward bias and going to Sandoval. Maxi is through and up into 7th position. Lovely 17th. Then he's got Timmy on his tail as well as they come out of Sandoval then. And now Val then, who's damaged the wing. Now he had a great qualifying. As into the pits comes Roscoe there from that position as well. I wonder if Red Bull had to change the nose cut on Roscoe because that is way too early there. Unless he's come in now to really shake up the strategy as well. As Timmy there is now coming into the lows hairpin then. Look at this then. You can see then they're all starting to bunch up then. Of course, so there's a lot of field spread in Monaco, isn't there? Of course, that is because you're always on the accelerator, one car length behind the car in front there, which is quite simple, isn't it? Really, when you think about it, it's quite obvious. But of course, it has to be said that is why there's a lot of field spread here in the Monaco Grand Prix as well. Lovely stuff, and it's coming to the into the new chicane accelerates out there, and of course I'm not sure if it's just the time of day or what, and Val has lost the other part of the end plate, and that Mercedes there I gotta say is losing all wings there. Might have to have a can of Red Bull. Oh dear, Val's in a bit of trouble at the moment, and the McLaren is all over the back of the Mercedes then, as they're going to be engine suppliers next season. Val is in the pits then, unfortunately then, and that is a big blow then to Val in his quest for points, but he's on soft tires, so it's not an all-time loss, is it? Remember, this is Monaco as well. Look, there's Alsdog in front of us, and Fizzy is now a roadblock for Maxi at the moment, but that doesn't make a difference because this is Monaco. You have to engineer your way past the car in front, and that is the challenge of the Monaco race, isn't it? It's about keeping your head, it's about keeping your nerve, isn't it? Keeping your concentration, of course, as well. And now as he's coming down into the lows hairpin as well, as Sam Carter's left for session. He's got real bad issues, Sam Carter has. What a shame, because this man is really quick, isn't he? And in Monaco qualifying, he had no issues at all. Maxi's just pushing Fizzy out of the boy, goodness me then, you can only separate these two cars as they fly into the tunnel then. Fizzy there, look at this, he's and look at this, he's going to go to the inside. Fizzy's going to defend, but it's too late. Maxi's up the inside, passes the Mercedes, and he is on his way. He's over to 6th position, a fantastic maneuver there from the Ferrari driver, and he is on course then for, what was his target at the beginning of this race then? Was a podium really in the mind of the championship leader? Goodness me, I would have been very impressed if that was the case then, but this man is full of talent, isn't he, the championship leader, car 96, and he is having a bundle of laughs at the moment there. So he comes through then, he's on lap 6 doing a cracking job at the moment as well then, as now he got to Rizzle. Oh, Rizzle 6 had an issue, he's coming the pits there, he just drove into the bar there, Rizzle 6 has. I'm not sure if he's had a problem off the ghost in Sam Carter. He's in the pits there, he's lost both end plates on the Ferrari, and now going on to the hard tyres as well then, as just watching Penny. Oh, goodness me, Penny's had a bit of a glancing blow there, hasn't he? As he is behind Josh at the moment. Now, Josh has improved himself over to 12th position. Lovely jubbly indeed then. As now coming into Casino Square as well. Oh, goodness me, Penny's having a couple of issues there with that racing point. Looks like he didn't stick to the ground at all, is it? Goodness me, it's not like the Scale Electric, is it? Where it's really bolted to the floor. PB is really causing... Oh, Double's lost end plate as well then. As Rizzle's got a 3-second penalty for cutting the corner down. Wonder if that was down at Sandoval. Double has damaged the car in the runner then. He is going to be having some issues as well. Look at Val in the background who's just pitted then, and he's going to be up to the back of this queue of cars in a minute. Sprinters all over the back of his teammate as well. Half a second separates the... Oh, lovely shot. Look at this, and look at the background. That is Val, who had a crack in qualifying. Unfortunately, he is now in Monaco's least favoured position there, or third least favoured position, as he is down in 17th position at the moment, which is 3 away from being last. And unfortunately then for Val, as that is the price when you have to go in the pits early because of damaged front wing there. Double is really slow at the new Val chicane there as well, and look at this, that they almost came to a dead stop there, didn't they, with Double there, really strong with the accelerator out. Oh, goodness me, Val's going, oh my goodness gracious me, then he stuck on the inside. The nerve of this man, incredible stuff. And now then, look at this, and he's just and I think Double, did he let him through now? I'm not sure, but Double is a very wily old veteran there, isn't he? And he knows that his fighters might not be on the Mercedes today then, but potentially that might have helped Val. Into the pits comes Penny as well. He's changing to those hard tyres, and in the background now you see the flash of yellow. But oh, damage again. Double's had some issues. I know, I think it's PB has got to the back there, and Roscoe's all over the back of these two, fighting for position. And Roscoe then, of course, so out of issues in qualifying, and now he's found himself on the back foot as well. Less than half a second now separates the two. Alpha Tauri's at the battle of the front. Timmy and Fizzy now also locking horns as well. Roscoe's having a look on the inside then into Mirabo, but nothing doing it just yet then. So we're coming into the lows hairpin as well. There's the yellow flags there. I think it's for the racing point as well. And you can see the look at this. Look at these queue of cars then. And Asdog has now been caught up quite quickly there from Maxi then. As you can see then, there's nowhere to overtake here in Monaco. You need to be quite a lot quicker than the car behind then, don't you? So now Fizzy then is at the moment there, the man in front now. I'm not sure if Fizzy had damage there after he had after him and his teammates are very close together, weren't they? And Josh is now then having to he's coming in the pits as well, Josh is. And look at this battle here. Roscoe, look at the understeer on that Red Bull there. I don't think Roscoe's got damage than last time we looked at him, but of course that is just the dirty air from the cars in front, albeit it is average. This is averagely the slowest. Roscoe's gone into the back of PB, and he has damaged the car. Into the pits comes double 5-second penalty for Roscoe for speeding in the pit lane. So it's kind of a double blow there, isn't it? Unfortunately, both McLarens. Roscoe is out of the Monaco Grand Prix, and what a shame. Maxi is now past Aston. He's moved up into 6th position. Fantastic. He's also lost the 3rd position as well. As Timmy's gone across the chicane as well. Look at this. And Fizzy, I thought he's going to stick on the outside into the back as well. Not quite. And as Timmy is through, yellow flags, and that's for Roscoe. Wow, look at him. Oh, goodness me there. As Harry is giving me a trim as well on my own hair, which he's a bit late though, because I've finally got my haircut as well as we come into Rascas then. And Fizzy's in the pits there, really strong. He hasn't damaged the end plates there, Fizzy hasn't, but he's really strong for performance there in that Mercedes. The mechanics go to work there. Look at this, it's like clockwork. Look at that. Brilliant stuff indeed. In the twinkle of, oh, there's a problem there for the Mercedes. Is there? No, I think he's gone, is he? No, he hasn't. No, he's gone. That was a problem. What happened there? I wonder if they was changing the nose cone, but I didn't see any damage on the nose cone. Interesting stuff. I wonder if there is a slight bit of damage there, which is causing the understeer on that. Mercedes then on board then with Versus 6 as well. Roscoe out of the race at the early goings here in Monaco. He is going to be absolutely disappointed. That back on board with Versus 6 as well, and it is PB just in front of us at the moment, just slightly ahead then. And he's going to have a look there into Rascas. Oh goodness me, and now into the pits comes PB as well. Going back to the battle in front here, which is between Matt, which is now between a sprint, and now Maxi has joined the par as well. Maxi has come through this field like a hot knife through butter. The podium is definitely very much on for Maxi. Matt is on 7-up soft tires along with Timmy and Sam Karts as well, but Sam Karts is not in the race at the moment there as he has become a ghost. Yellow flag in 2 and 3. There's a Renault then is struggling, and who is the Renault? I think it's Double. It's Double. Double's had an issue there somewhere. He has indeed there for Double. What a shame there. And yes, he is. Yes, I think that was the yellow flag for Double. As he is going to. I'm not sure if he's damaged the car or what, but hopefully he gets himself back. Get himself back going and back on form. As we're just back on board then with the Alpha Towers as well, as I said back a lot of times there, didn't I? Harry's all over the back of his teammate, and one of those soft tires are really falling off now as well. Look at that. That McLaren was at sea, wasn't it? Goodness me, coming into the oh, look at this, it's a bit of team play there, and Timmy there, good teamwork there indeed. As Tenacious D says, that is teamwork. Of course, I did miss a word there because this is a PG show, of course. As they come through, Portier as well accelerates into the tunnel, and that's a Ghost and Haas and a PB who has been up then after a challenging start into the Monaco Grand Prix, and now they're coming down as well. Of course, Steve could potentially be celebrating the birth of his daughter here tonight as well then, but gotta say, he's also celebrating Monaco as well at the moment. He has got a helmet dedicated to the rival, imminent rival of his daughter as well. So yeah, good luck to Steve and Lauren as well there, of course, from everyone at IRC. It's Matt's in the pits then, and now then we resume battle now, but this is the battle for the podium. Maxi's out in the battle for the podium. Look at Asdog there, sneaking in frame in the background as well. Good stuff indeed then. Asdog's strongest performance out of the season so far. Lovely stuff indeed. I say power out to Sandoval. Look at these cars there. I know this is going to get very feisty indeed, isn't it? So far I've had a couple of incidents, haven't we? But lap 10 out of 39, and we've got about a third of the way through this course at the moment. And I gotta say they're very well behaved at the moment, and lovely stuff indeed. Into the Lowe's hairpin as well. Look at how much rotation he's got on that Ferrari. Incredible stuff indeed. And that looked like a what was going on there? Oh, it was a Haas. Ignore me, I am speaking absolute nonsense as we're just watching as Max has dropped off the back of a sprint now, because sprint there might be able to stretch his legs a bit with Matt, who was on the soft tires, of course, and the soft tires were well past their best. Probably couldn't pass an MOT test, so the soft tires have been taken off there. The medium tires tires have come on now, and now then Matt is going for the undercut here, and it could come out back in front there, but Sprint and Maxi is not hanging around either at the moment, are they? T-Sammy has now started to shrink the lead then between himself and SD then, in the battle for lead, interesting 7D then. I'm wondering if they know about Maxi. They probably will know about Maxi, don't they, that he is now back up in the 4th position then, and they are also dropping Debris has come off that racing point. Sam now, I'm not sure if Sam's in the race or not then, but Debris did come off that racing point now, which hasn't helped his cause, has it, from Sam Carts. I don't think he's in the race there as we're on board with him there, but Fizzy is now up into 8th position, 9th position, I'd say. Matt, who's just going to the pits there, and is now gaining over Hog, hand over fist at the moment. Into the pits there comes Sam Carts. Well, what shame for Sam Carts because he's shown genuine speed in the first couple of races there. Now we've got Double, who I think that's doubling. Oh, well, I'm not sure what's going on there. Doubling PB. No, doubling Penny there, just flying up and down there. I don't know what's going on. Val's back up into 11th position as well. We'll leave him to it because I'm so confused, which is never a good sign, is it? To be confused if you're a commentator, but that's the problem. I'm always confused, isn't it? Oh, I should have said that like that meme is. That's my secret. I am always confused. Going through to back now as well, into the swimming pool section as well. Sprint is now a second ahead there as PB has left the session now. I thought he was having a couple of issues with his connection. That's a shame for PB. Hopefully he can get himself back in the session pronto, so we can all kinds of expecting all kinds of action, aren't we, in this Monaco Grand Prix as well as they come up the hill as well. And Rissa Sticks are dropping right down the order by the looks of this. Goodness me. Ooh, as I'm just wiping the sweat off of my brow as well, and unfortunately I'm wearing a blue shirt at the moment now, which is not very good, is it? Because you can see all my sweat patches, which is never a pretty sight, is it? Oh, look at this, climbing over the curves, Max is as well. So Max, I wonder if he just dropped back a bit, just give his cars are just a bit of a breather then before accelerating back on. PB is back in the session, and he is in 15th at the moment now. And PB then, who hasn't qualified, didn't qualify in this race, did he? Well, of course he did qualify, but he did not take part in qualifying. Remember back in the old days there, of course, you had to take part in pre-qualifying before getting to qualifying. That was when there were so many cars in Formula 1, wasn't it? There's a travesty, there's only 10 these days. Safety car! What is going on then? There's a safety car for some reason. What is going to happen? And there's Penny, who's a wingless here. And goodness me, then, I am surprised to be seeing that safety car out there because I didn't even see what's going on. My internet connection is apparently not got enough quality. Goodness me, a 5-second penalty there for Max, for JJ, for driving into Maxi. And of course, they are a lap down, aren't they? So into the pits then, look at this then, they're taking them back, the Ferraris are coming in the pits as well, and there's a change of nose cone on the Ferrari. It's not going to cause him any issues then. Let's take a little look now then, and the McLaren are getting to work then as well. Harry's also changing, Harry is out in front of the Ferrari then, oh dear. So Max is in a great start to the race then, and this has gone really kind of thrown a curveball. Look at this, Matt's behind us, Sprint then, so the undercut did not work then, so Matt is behind Sprint now as well. Harry in 5th and Max in 6th position as well. Timmy is coming over the grid ahead as well. Where's Asdog? Asdog is just in front of him at the moment, but Asdog is going to be cutting that first corner because that is where the pit entry is, pit exit is. Oh goodness me, I got to say that this is really shook things up here. 18 cars are left then. The front two haven't stopped then. There's a 23-second gap at the moment. They have caught up to the safety car. This is bad news. Look at the top left-hand corner at 22.4 seconds. It is coming down quite quickly. Is it going to be enough for them to come in and come back out of the pits? This is going to be painful for both the race leaders of T, Sammy and Steve. It's down to 20 seconds, and look at this. And Sprint could take the lead here in Monaco. 18 seconds. The gap is 17 seconds. Oh my goodness me, this is going to be incredible, isn't it? And of course, why is this happening? Because they have caught up to the safety car, and this is bad news. Steve is coming into the pits, so is T Sam. So look out, so they're coming into the pits, and where is Sprint? Then Sprint is coming around the final turn, and he could take the lead here in Monaco. Then the Haas garage and the Alfa Romeo garage is right down the end of the pit lane, and of course we'll finish them where they were in the constructors. Then Haas mechanics going to work, hard tires are on, hard tires are off. Still Sprint takes the lead of the Monaco Grand Prix, and I'm surprised how far Matt is behind, but it's an Alpha Tauri 1-2, and look at this then, we have also got the McLaren through as well. This is a podium for Faustina, just like last season, and look at this, the McLaren is through, he is through, he takes third position there, or does he? No, he doesn't. Steve is back up in the third position now then. Once again, Steve, remember last season there was a lot of times that strategy just didn't go his way in Baku and Spain, for example, and once again here in Monaco his job has been made extra harder, hasn't it? By this safety car then. So who hasn't pitted then? Matt pitted 4 laps ago. As the Wolves went into a Mirabeau there, a bit too late there. Timmy's on 4 lap old medium tires as well then. 7 laps there for Josh, and he is elected not to come in the pits at this stage of proceedings as well. And we've got Val, who's also coming in the pits then, at the moment then. Double staying out at the moment in the Renault. Interesting stuff indeed then, but I think the double there, it looks like he's just unlapping himself there. He's just trying to catch up to the back of this crocodile. And we're on board then with Sprint Mount, who's leading the Monaco Grand Prix sprinters then. And of course, sprinters have everything but the race win so far. We've seen an AlphaTauri win on Sunday, didn't we? Are we going to see another one? Is it going to be Sprint? Is it going to be Matt? This is all to play for. And Sprint put on medium tyres there in his pit stop. Interesting stuff indeed there for the AlphaTauri driver then. So it's not the simple go to the hard task in the race. So Sprint now definitely putting on the faster tyre. And he is really shaking things up here in Monaco, isn't he? And now then double coming out the pits as well then. Is he going to get out in front of this safety car as well then? You can see, look at him as he's coming out the pits then. Where is he? As we've also got Rizzle Sticks, who is oh, he's come up behind the safety car. Double has then, and oh dear then. So double there is right in the thick of action, right in the thick of the action as well, isn't he? We're on lap 15 out of 39. We did, as mentioned, there will be a safety car at some point or another. Well, we have had it already, haven't we? On lap 15 then. So very interesting stuff indeed then. And we're on board now with Sprint then. So let's take stock. We're on lap 15 out of 39 then. Sprint leads. Matt is in second position. Then we've got Steve in third. Harry is in fourth position at the moment. Lovely stuff there. Maxi, who started 10th, is in fifth. Sixth position is T. Sammy. Seventh position then is Asdog. And T. Sammy is probably the biggest loser in this. Albeit, I know Steve lost the lead, but T. Sammy was in second position, has lost 2 more positions, is behind his championship rival. Max is at signs at the moment now. Timmy in 8th position, then Hog in 9th position there. Once again on a strong season, Hog is. Fizzy's got a bit of damage to his end plates in 10th position. Josh in 11th position. Lovely stuff there from the Williams driver. Sam Cart's in 12th position now. B is a bit of a ghost. Val in 13th position now. We've got JJ in 14th there, with PB in 15th. Rizzle Sticks in 16th as well. Penny is in 17th position and Double is in 18th. Both those two have been lapped there, and unfortunately though, on this game you're not allowed to be unlapped. You're not allowed to unlap yourself. Well, potentially you can there, but it's illegal. Oh, safety car's in the end. It's like, goodness me, we haven't even had a chance there for the rest of the cars to catch up to the back of the safety car then. So we are going to be going once again then. When his Sprint is now becoming the factor safety car, he has to let Bert Mylander go. There he goes there. He is going right underneath me, and we are going to be back racing in just a jiffy as well then. And Sprint now coming out. Oh, look at this. Sprint's got a good old buffer there, and he is back racing here in Monaco. Look at that Sprint. That is perfect. He has literally lived up to his name. He is sprinted away. And lap 16 then of this Monaco Grand Prix. C is now down in the third position. He has to pass 2 cars to get back into the lead of this Monaco Grand Prix. Yellow flag there. It's one of the as we had a problem with one of the Renaults there. Oh goodness me, look at this then as well then. And as we can see PB is ghosted, as Rizzle Sticks there is also battling away as well. So is oh, this is going to get very interesting indeed then. Maxi, as we're behind Harry at the moment, who's in 4th position there. Great stuff from Harry, and they have not, because of the safeguard, they've all concertinaed up, haven't they? So this is going to be incredible stuff indeed. And we're just watching Maximone, who's had a fantastic start then to this incredible Monaco Grand Prix. They come out Poirier as well then, and they're flying into the tunnel then. Lovely stuff indeed there from these guys. Brilliant stuff indeed then. Yanis said, what a great race until now. Let's race, guys. Incredible stuff for these. Sorry, I got to get me old specs on there. I got to adjust them, I think. I had to lean over there, and all the times have gone from the left hand side then, so at least we've got our tyre data anyway. But unfortunately I'd like to have seen the times as well, and I don't mean the paper, as I'm more of a well, I was a Sun fan up until where the mysterious page 3 disappeared. Anyway, enough about that. Let's quickly get back to the race, shall we? As you can see then, 3 seconds to gap is at the moment. There is between Sprint and Matt then. Steve is a second and 2/10 behind at the moment. Harry in third position. Then we've got Maxi in fourth position now, right under the gearbox of the McLaren. Look at this, he's going left, he's going right, but Harry will not be phased. Of course, he is an experienced driver here in the IRC. Fantastic stuff. But as they come out of Casino Square and drop down yellow flags in one of the racing points have come to bother as we're going into Mirabeau as well. And lovely stuff indeed then. Through Lowe's hairpin as well. Steve has dropped to a 2.5 back from Matt then. Interesting stuff. And Harry has now become the cork in the bottle here. As we've got Timmy who's also all over the back of the second out for a male as well as they come into the tunnel. Lovely stuff indeed then. They fly past me. Look at this incredible historic camera shot here. And they burst into the sunshine at Monaco Harbour as well. And Maxie's already has a couple of good overtakes as well. Yellow flag in two. Penny is gone. Penny is out of this race. Where's it gone? Oh, he's crashed where Schumacher crashed. We got a safety car again. Penny is the second retirement here in Monaco. Oh goodness me then. And yeah, I'm wondering then this is a reprieve for the guys that didn't catch up earlier on, and the safety car on board with JJ Demoni in 14th position there. So we're going to look then to the left hand side then. Yep, Petty crashed at exactly where Schumacher crashed there. Of course, there used to be an escape road there, didn't there? And you know, so there's I think Kim Rockington parked there in 2006, I believe, didn't he? As into the pits comes at Timmy there, and he is changing tyres. So he's now onto the medium tyres, and is now he's going in very sluggish stops then. Josh is into 10th for this now as well. Good stuff there from Josh there, really rolling the dice there, very nice indeed. Val's in the pits as well then, changing those tyres in the Mercedes, and Val then it calls another rookie of the IRC then, and he is coming out of the pits as well. JJ in 14th position, and Russell 6 in 15th, PB is 16th, and Double is currently 18th then, but he'll be back up to 17th then. So who is the safety car then benefiting at the moment then? Well, there's a number of drivers that is really benefiting, isn't it? Sprint there, be quite happy there because it gives more life to his tyres. The same with Matt as well then, and but of course so it's definitely going to be benefiting those guys. I think it's benefiting mainly the guys near the back really, because it gives them a chance there to really catch up there. Into the pits comes Richard Sticks out for the Ferrari there. He is coming out of the pits now, and he's done 6 laps on those hard tyres, and so obviously he's got no fresh tyres, hard tyres left there in car 15 then, but he does have a chance now to catch up to the back of the crocodile. Timmy is took advantage there. He's coming to the pits there. He is on fresh medium tyres, but he has dropped off the back of that incredible battle, so he's gone from 8th to 12th then in the space of a couple of laps as well, and then before accelerating out there. Rizzle Sticks, we were talking about the white line, was we in qualifying, and unfortunately Rizzle Sticks is the first victim of that line as well. Of course, it's for safety. You don't want to come out and burst out and come across the track, do you? And of course, get into the path of oncoming cars. That is why it's out there. Unfortunately, Rizzle Sticks there was probably using the old pit exit there, which was in use for a number of years, wasn't it? Before that yellow line was introduced then. Lap 19 out of 39 then. We got 20 more laps to go in this Monaco Grand Prix, and this is I've got to say, we're far from done here tonight, and this is going to be a race of attrition, isn't it? Could it be last man standing? Potentially, but at the moment it's too early for that, isn't it? We've only Penny and Roscoe out of the race so far after 19 laps in, because we're bang about half distance anyway. I wouldn't say we're bang half distance, but we are near enough at half distance here in this race as well then. So we've only had 2 retirements so far, as Timmy is past. Oh, what's happened? There's a problem there. Look at this. There's a problem there. It says Sam Carts. I think that Timmy might have, as Timmy overtook Sam Carts. Is he going to get a penalty for that? I'm not sure there, but whatever happened there, they just parked at the Casino Square. I don't see a penalty pop up for Timmy. So yeah, Timmy is through it up to 11th position. Lovely stuff indeed there. Sam Carts, of course. Normally I wouldn't condone that kind of stuff, but of course there was Sam Carts not in the car as such after a connections issue earlier on then, and he has dropped out of this race then. Otherwise, that would have probably been a slam dunk drive-through penalty, a 5-second penalty. So just waiting for the safety car to come in. Bert Mylander has made quite a lot of appearances here, hasn't he? Tonight, hasn't he? Because he just came in. He's come back out then for the second quarter of this race. Then he's goodness me, he's had a very hard last 10 laps, hasn't he? Also, goodness me there for Bert Mylander. And the safety car lights are still on there as we're on board. As of course, this is because of Penny's instant there coming out of the Lowe's hairpin as well. So unfortunately for Penny, he is out of the race then, and the safety car is staying out for 1 more lap. Then we're on board with Russell Sticks then. He is now on 7 lap. I would say he's on fresh tyres, but he's not. He's on 7 lap old hard tyres, and is he going to be able to get to the end from that on those tyres? And the Monaco is not really the most demanding of circuits on tyre wear, is it? So if you babysit them, it's all about track position. Track position is king around here, isn't it? And of course, you got just to be a bit twinkle toes around here, a bit like Jensen Button. Of course, Jensen Button there won this race back in 2009. Unfortunately, Jensen Button actually missed this race in 2003, didn't he? After we talked about the incidents down at the Noval chicane there, Another instance was between a Button, was a Button, wasn't it? As he had a big old smash, didn't he? Was it in practice or qualifying? I'm sure it was in practice, wasn't it? Or was it in qualifying? I can't remember. But whatever, he was deemed not to race, was he? And he didn't race there in 2005 Euro because, of course, BAR were banned there, wasn't they? For basically cheats as well. It was something to do with the fuel position. It was something like they had an extra tank or something. I've got to say the technical details of the sport goes over my head. Oh goodness me! Hoggins had a problem there. He's gone into the back. No, Fizzy he's gone to the back of Fizzy. No, Fizzy's gone to the back of him, and Hogg has been deemed as the man at fault of that. And unfortunately, then that's going to be a penalty coming Hogg's way then towards the end of this race as well, unless he comes in the pit and serves it later on then, which he might not need to, as he's only done 7 laps on these soft tyres. Right. We're going to be back racing now then in this Monaco Grand Prix. Bert Mylander has probably done enough now. He's had enough. He's probably earned his paycheck and he needs to come back in. And there it is then, right on cue then. And you see, it's great to see the fans in the attendance, isn't it? That's one thing you've missed in F1 2020. It's the fans, isn't it? So I've got to say, the racing this season has been great. I've really enjoyed this season. There's been a lot of it's been a difficult year for everyone, hasn't it? Really, but one thing I have enjoyed, and that's the Formula 1 racing. Yeah, there's been 1 or 2 dull races, but overall I've loved it. This is not a dull race by any stretch of imagination, because we're back racing here in Monaco, and a much better getaway this time for Matt, but it's still almost a second already there as we come to the pit straight as well then, coming into turn 1, and Harry's having a bit of a Poland start, hasn't he, going into Sandoval. Oh, did he clip the bar there? Well, Wallery's done, and he's lost momentum now to come up the hill as well. Yellow flags there, turning free then. Oh goodness me, they're almost over the gearbox. Harry's gone wide, Max has gone on the inside, Harry swoops back in front now, coming down to Mirabel. This can be in the doubles after this Monaco Grand Prix. Oh, what a shame for Double then. And of course, Double is usually as a veteran of IRC, and he's usually really good, isn't he, at finishing, but he's had an appalling season by his standards, isn't he? Oh, what a shame there for Double, as Val's now has dropped position around back on board. Maxie's the star of the show in the stream so far, isn't he? He's on a cracking old race, isn't he? They come into the tunnel, there they are then as well. A bit stretched out at the moment. Lovely somebody then. And Timmy, oh goodness me, Timmy is all over the back of Josh, look at that. Oh goodness me, there's contact in the tunnel. And I think that's the speed might caught out Josh. Oh goodness me, and Timmy now is going onto the back of his eyes. He damaged the wing. I don't think he's damaged the wing then. But oh, Timmy then once again, and oh, Josh has been ricocheted into the wall. And oh goodness me, and not so good at all. Oh my goodness me, and look at this, and it's all coming wrong there for Josh as they come into Rascas as well, as Timmy damaged the car. He did take a couple of nudges there, didn't he? It's all Val, good stuff there from Val, as he recognised that Josh was coming in the pits, and look at Maxie, he is so quick up that hill. Whoa, goodness gracious me, Josh is in the pits then. He's done 14 laps on those hard tires. Let's see what he's going to put on this time then. Josh, that could potentially be a blessing in disguise, and might be able to go to the end now, and he's on the medium tires. Keep an eye out for Josh then later on in this race as well, as they come into the lows happen again. And Harry is becoming cork in the bottle. This potentially could be beautiful for the AlphaTauri drivers indeed, and interesting stuff then, as we're on lap 22 out of 39 then. It's all to play for here in Monaco. Anything can happen in the Monaco Grand Prix, and it usually does it. And look at Maxie, oh my goodness, I think he's gone to the arm count. He hasn't damaged the car, and look at this as Harry there is just basically stopping there on the apex, minimising the apex speed of that Ferrari there, and really dulling the momentum. Is he fantastic joy now for the veteran of Harry, brilliant stuff indeed there. Of course, Maxie ain't going to be too happy about it at the moment, but of course he is the attacker, Harry is the defender, isn't he? DRS has been enabled then on this lap as well. Of course, DRS is not very effective around here, as you probably might have guessed. A lovely shot here from that's the shot we need to see. Who's on board Max then, as they're coming into Sandoval once again, and then look at this as they come up the hill. Lovely stuff indeed then. Oh goodness me, there's no DRS I believe, but using his Earth surely Maxie will be, and I wonder if his best opportunity then is down into Mirabel. Is Timmy is going on the inside of Fizzy, not quite done, and oh goodness me, that was very close indeed then. Maxie there is oh wow, it's to come down to Mirabel once again, and now T Sammy is on the back of this train as well now, isn't it? Goodness me, it's like a conga out there. It's a conga line. I'm loving it, as everyone loves a good conga, don't they? And now coming into Porsche once again, and this is where Max has been really good. Harry didn't look to, I was going to say Harry looked like out on the pole, an exit out of Porsche, but I think that Max didn't have a great exit either. But look at this, as he is gaining again then, and the door is always going to shut there. But Harry there is absorbing the pressure absolutely splendidly well. Timmy is up the inside and passes Fizzy in the McLaren, and he is really on a feisty charge tonight. Timmy is his knees back out of the ninth position on the medium tyres, and really good stuff indeed there for Timmy. Now, we just caught the end of that, unfortunately. So Timmy and I don't think I'm going to be in Timmy's good books anymore. As I miss his overtake there, and you should never miss an overtake around Monaco, should you? As we're coming through once again to complete lap 23, then the gap is now at 4 seconds, isn't it, between Steve and Harry. Then there's Harry. Oh, goodness, right at it once again, then closing the door. Lovely stuff indeed. Then as well as Timmy. Timmy is now all over the back of Hawk down, but he's a bit too far back on the radar at the moment. Coming out with something. What lovely stuff indeed. Then back up to Max as well as they come over the crest of the hill. Lovely shot from the side pod of the Ferrari. It's a beautiful work of artist Ferrari, isn't it? As are all Formula 1 cars. And coming down into Mirabel once again, and back on board the T-Cam as well. And just taking a look then, is Timmy there is the door's always going to slam shut on Timmy's nose there, wasn't it? And coming down into the Lowe's hairpin again now. As I'm loving this battle, this cracking stuff indeed. Then Harry is not exactly even though it looks like he is coding these guys up, the gap is stable around 4 seconds at the moment, isn't it? So good stuff indeed. Then and look, there they are in the foreground now. Maxi must be getting very frustrated there. He can see this. He can see that it's just pulling away, can't they? And he's going to have to have a bit of a lunge there, isn't he? But of course, he's also got to think about his championship as well. Albeit his championship rival is in third position there, and that is 5 points more, and the gap will come down. Will come down there to just 4 points in the World Drivers' Championship. And remember, we've got another difficult race next week in Vietnam, of course, there, and that's the first time the IRC will be racing in Vietnam. I've got to say, we've got 3 very difficult weeks, haven't we? It's the weeks of street racing, isn't it? Into the pits comes Fizzy. He's had issues there in the Mercedes there. He's dropped out of the points then, hasn't he? Unfortunately, and let's see what Fizzy can do. He's on 5 medium tyres there. Also, Fizzy has run out of tyres as well at this stage of proceedings. There's been a lot of pit stops in this race so far then, so coming into the Mirabel once again then. Harry leads on board then with T-Sound on there, of course, as he is the defending champion at the moment. He's had 2 race wins to his career this season. He is in double figures in IRC folklore now, isn't he? Brilliant stuff indeed then. And look, I think we need to be keeping an eye on Max here then. He's less than half a second behind Hog Harry. But look at this head. Now we've got into the part where you're just following the car in front. You're messing, aren't you, by the car in front now, and you've gone into this dangerous groove, haven't you? And look at the gap in front, and the sprint is now 7.3 seconds in front of Matt then. Wow, this is going to get very tasty indeed then. Are they going to come to, I think they're going to have to come to the pit surely. Oh, look at this then. Harry's had a problem there, and that's really enticed Maxi, hasn't it? And now then is Maxi is this is best opportunity so far. Problems there at Rascas for Harry. He's going to go on the outside. There's a bit of banging wheels there. He's going to go on the outside. He is on the outside. What a move. He takes 4th position. Fantastic maneuver there from Maxi. Wow. And now he is up in the 4th position. A great maneuver there. Harry had problems at Rascas, didn't he? It caused yellow flag and free. That's the one that you see. Ferrari of Rizzle Sticks having issues. Maxi on the outside there of Harry then. Oh, is Harry having issues in Mirabel as well? And it's almost cost T-Sammy as well then. And now Maxi then is up in the 4th position and is directly behind his championship rival. He's 12 seconds behind the race leader. Sprint at the moment then. Is Fizz is back up the 13th position then. He is not giving up on points just yet then. And Timmy there is right on the back of Hog then. Is T-Sammy. T-Sammy's oh goodness me! And he passed him in the tunnel. We've had issues in the tunnel before, haven't we? And oh goodness me then. And T-Sammy, and we got a virtual safety car here. Virtual safety car. We just oh goodness me then. Yeah, we've had issues in the tunnel before. Remember Montour and Schumacher under the safety car. And pass under the tunnel is very dangerous indeed, isn't it? Unfortunately, T-Sammy, who is 20 points back from the championship lead at the moment, is going to be losing more ground, isn't he? And the Ferrari mechanics are in the pits. Into the pits comes T-Sammy as well, and McLaren are also out as well. So the world champion is once again then in the wars, isn't he? And here he comes now as the Alfa Romeo mechanics are coming to work. And what tyres going on? He's gone on the medium Pirelli medium compound tyres, and look at where is he for? He's down into 9th position. Then, so he's still in the points at the moment, and Harry's out of the pits, the T-Sammy out of the pits as well. And virtual safety cars, PB has got a penalty for drive-through penalty there for speeding under the virtual safety car. Oh goodness me, and then you can see coming the blows there in the tunnel, which is not good at all, is it? And it's back on board C as well. Goodness me, and there's a clown all over the curbs there, isn't he? Into the lows there, but as well, 27 and now 29, and it looks like that we're coming to the period now where it's surely where the AlphaTauri boys are going to have to choose to stay out or come in the pits. Maybe they've already chosen what to do. And now as we come through the tunnel once again, and look at this, and it's hot as now Timmy's going to go on the inside of Hog. He breaks so much later than the Hog. He passes, he is through, he is up into 6th position. Timmy on a fantastic drive in the McLaren, and he is now up into 6th position. Lovely 17, Asdog is 6 seconds, 2 seconds away from Max, who is now catching on Steed, and Steed now feels that he might need to start to put more pressure in on the man then, as he is letting his teammates pull away now, isn't he, in this race then. So yeah, Sprint is now really laughing at the moment, isn't he? Out in front, fantastic stuff from Sprint on course and for his first IRC win of his career. And surely then, but of course I don't want to put the kibosh on him too yet, and we've still got 12 laps to go in this race, and that is still a marathon around here, isn't it? I know it's only a 2-mile circuit exactly, but it's such an adventure every lap, isn't it? And Fizzy is now all over the back of JJ, isn't it? JJ in 12th position at the moment, doing good, but he's on 20 lap old hard tyres there. And then Fizzy there is having a look there into the into Sandoval, and oh goodness me, there as JJ is very slow at Sandoval, isn't he? Goodness me, with those hard tyres, and now Fizzy is all over the back of him as well. So come over the top of the hill as well. T Sammy is past Sam Carter, who's dropped down and out of the points as well. Then. Oh goodness me, look at this, and oh gosh, that he well, it looks like they did come to blows there as JJ is struggling on his tyres, and his catch Fizzy out there, hasn't it? We're back on board the Fizzy moment, and you can see he's coming through the lows hairpin as well, and down then into Portier. Goodness gracious me, as now flying then through and into the tunnel as well, and Val is now 9/10 seconds away from Hog. Then Hog seems to be struggling in this stage of proceedings, and JJ is now defended, is he? But I think it might be too late now. Fizzy's on through, passes JJ and moves up into 12th position, and now he's got a 12-second. He's now got a 12-second gap then between himself and Harry Fizzy has then back on board. PB is out of the race then, and where has he gone then? I think I think that's the Haas that is just driven up the hill there. So yeah, PB I think hasn't crashed. It looks like he's it's JJ coming in the pits as well. It's still for the Haas driver there. So yeah, it looks like, I'm not sure PB's crashed as such, but it looks like he's just retired from the race there. Oh, he's in the wall. I think Val's in the wall. PB has left the session, and he is our latest casualty here in the Monaco Grand Prix. And I'm not sure. And luckily, Val hasn't damaged that wing there after a glancing blow with Portier as well. Gap then between Steve and Martin is that second there as well. 14 seconds. The gap is now between Martin and Sprint, and as a Sprint there, 10 laps to go on 17 lap medium tyres, and this is gonna be an incredible ending to the Monaco Grand Prix. Timmy is now on the back of Astor. He is flying, isn't he, at this stage of proceedings as well. I'm loving this race. This is a fantastic event, isn't it, here tonight of IRC. Of course, we're on round 8 tonight, and also I've already mentioned then, I think this stretch of races there is kind of is really street central, isn't it? We got, after this race, we go to the first ever race in Vietnam of the IRC, then we go to Singapore 8, 9 and 10. Goodness me, I gotta say that is a brutal part of the season this is in, and it's pivotal, isn't it, in the championship battle as well. Are on board then with Hog Downs. We come into Mirabeau as well. Just taking a look at the comments section. Well, before we do, it's Harry's on with the 7th position and on board then with Timmy as well. We'll come back to the comments in a minute then, so just take a look at this battle there coming down, and look at this then, as Asdog defending the inside. Asdog there as a man who doesn't get past easily, does he? So yeah, it's going to have to be something pretty spectacular to get past Asdog, I feel. And look at this, we got Hog, Val and T Sammy then, as we got out Jay saying, feel sorry for Josh, was doing well until Tommy started ramming him and damaging his car there. That's a shame then. And we have also got out Jay, wonder if he can climb back up as well. climb back up that. Yeah, Tommy doing a Tommy was doing a really good job, wasn't he? Sorry, Josh was doing a really good job there. Goodness me, I can't even speak anymore. Look at this, and now then we've got T Tommy, then the defending champion, and he's down in 9th position at the moment. Timmy is all over the back of Van Stug like a rash, isn't it? Goodness me, it's like Senna and Mansell back in 92. He's all over the back of that Alfa Romeo. Of course, that was McLaren and Williams back then, wasn't it? It's Alfa Romeo and McLaren this time then, and they're coming down then into the Lowe's hairpin. Look at him, he's just pushing him through Lowe's, isn't he? Val and T Sammy now also pushing Hogg to his limits as well. 18 laps on those hard tyres. Going to get very intense indeed, isn't it? 31 out of 39 then, and Matt is 16.3 seconds away from his teammate, but he's doing a stellar job, isn't it? Alpha Tauri there going for a 1-2 here in the Monaco Grand Prix. Look at this as they come out the hill. T Sammy is all over the back of Val. He's going to go up the inside. He is out the inside. He passes the Mercedes driver, and he is up into 8th for this thing. Good maneuver there, and now he's on his way. And next car is Hogg in the Renault as well, and back on. Oh, there's damage. Timmy has gone to the back of Van Stug. There's damage on the McLaren. He has got oh, that's a shame there for Timmy, isn't it? Getting too close and personal to the Alfa Romeo, unfortunately then. Oh, that's a shame indeed then. As they come up the hill once again, and we got it's about 0.3 of a second the gap is now. Look at this as they fly past me now, and over the crest of the hill then Matt and Steed, and still 0.7 of a second separates. So Max is homing in on them. He is 1.5 seconds away for the battle for 2nd, 3rd and 4th position. This is the battle for oh my goodness me, that he's gone on the outside. Oh boy, he's going into the barrier. Not quite. Oh, as they come into the Lowe's hairpin once again, and look at that damage on the front wing of Timmy. I've got Tommy on the brain now. We've got T Sammy, who's very close to the back of Hogg as well, and this is we've got two really scintillating battles, haven't we? Coming through the tunnel there, we've seen already that the tunnel overtaking the tunnel is not advisable, is it? And into the pits there comes Sprint then. So Sprint then, the medium tyres then are not paying off, and he's on the soft tyres now. He's going to have a tyre advantage as he is now then coming out of the pits then. Good stuff indeed then, and let's see where he is, and he's coming out oh goodness me, is he going to do it? I don't think it's, there he is. Here's Matt then, and then look at this, Matt takes the lead of the Monaco Grand Prix, does he? No, Sprint is out in front. Incredible. What incredible stuff. It's an advantage to Sprint here in Monaco. Oh, incredible stuff then, as wow there, Sprint time that's absolute perfection, but now he has caused his teammate to be in all kinds of bother, isn't he? It's now Steve and Max here really pushing Matt all the way, and so then I wonder if Matt's going to follow suit, or is he going to stay out then with lap 33 out 39. Good driving there from Sprint there, fantastic, wasn't it? And Sprint, look at this there for Sprint. He's had a fantastic drive out there, isn't he? And it's really good to see, isn't it? Sprint there has really climbed up the roots of IRC, hasn't he? And he is now leading the Monaco Grand Prix. Fantastic stuff here for Sprint, really well done indeed. They come over the curbs and accelerating now out to the Nouveau chicane as well. On board there with Timmy, who's a bit too far back. And look at this, T Sammy once again then, very quickly as he comes into the tunnel as well. Josh is now in front of Fizzy. He's going to go to the inside then, and look at the Hogg. Oh, this gap is going to be closer then. Oh goodness me then. And gotta say, Hogg there putting the squeeze on T Sammy. Great defending that. Look at this as well. Oh, T Sammy having a look then. He's all over the back of Hogg. Incredible driving there. Oh my goodness me. Wow, impressive stuff indeed as they hop over the curbs as well. Lovely stuff indeed then as they come into the into Raskas as well. Oh, brilliant stuff then. And I gotta say, I'm spoiled for choice now, I know, because look at this, and it's Steve's gone into the barrier, and now it's gonna Max, he's gonna be through, and he is through and up into 3rd position. Steve, a momentary lapse of concentration has cost him a podium, surely. What a shame, and that is where Monaco can really bite you hard then. Oh dear then. Oh goodness me then, not good at all, is it, for Steve? I think he's got a lot of damage as well. There's a 10-second deficit. He's going to hold on and try and stay out. Well, he's got oh, lovely shot here. Look at that McLaren there. Oh goodness me, his nose comes right in there, so almost. Really good stuff indeed as we come into the tunnel. Oh wow, impressive stuff. I love that camera shot, by the way. It's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? They come down into the French chicane as well. So Max is now Matt's next challenger as T Sammy once again right under the gearbox of the Renault there. The Renault then is going to go on the, oh no, there's contact. I think there's contact, but there's no damage there. They make him strong. They make him strong over in the Alfa Romeo team. Good stuff indeed. Look at the background. That's Val. He is catching as well. He's done 16 laps then on those medium tires there. Matt has done 25 laps on those medium tires then. Of course, remember a couple of seasons ago, Matt there was robbed of the win there after he had a puncture. Hopefully, he's now 8.3 seconds there away from his teammates. His teammates now starting to stretch his legs then. Matt is definitely going to be babysitting those tires. Goodness me, Val is almost into the pit wall there, isn't he? He's just sneaking around. And then coming into Sandoval once again. Incredible stuff indeed then. And flying up the hill. Wow. And look at this then. Oh, it's so close, isn't it? Coming up the hill. Brilliant stuff indeed then. So we are now into the final stages then of the Monaco Grand Prix. And look at T. Salmon. And it's a close ball on track. And he's going to go into Mirabeau. Not quite then. I got to say, there's been a couple of good moves. Oh, on Mirabeau. We've also seen Sutil having a good old lunge there down into the Lowe's hairpin as well. No, I don't think it's called the Lowe's hairpin anymore, is it? Because I think the hotel name has changed, doesn't it? Now then coming into Portier as well. Hogg has had a problem there. And look at this then. Oh, goodness me, and once again, but I think T. Salmon is just thinking about this one and perhaps just taking a bit more caution there going into the tunnel as well. Of course, that's where him and Harry came to blows earlier on. And Harry, you're going to see a flash of orange. There he is in the background there. We also got a Ferrari in between as well. Hogg has had a problem now too. Oh my goodness me! And oh goodness me! And there's as far as no! And T. Salmon there just skipping the chicane now, isn't he? And oh dear. And he is now through and up into 8th position, up in the 7th position there, albeit with a bit of a shortcut there. And the Ferrari are also getting past the Mercedes as well. Back. Oh, Aston's had a problem there, and he's gone wide there. And Timmy is through and up into 5th position there. And next car is Steve, who is limping, wounded, isn't he? In the Haas. So this will be the first time this season that Steve will not be on the podium here in IRC. Incredible stuff indeed. Then, oh goodness me then. As Dave there, of course, the IRC veteran, the man who won this race, didn't he? Back, I think it was season 6, I believe it was. Incredible stuff, wasn't it? And now then, he is just said there's an illegal move there from T. Salmon. I think that T. Salmon might have lost his cool there on the Hog as we was just watching that. But so Timmy is Steve is cruising back to the pits. What a shameful Steve. He was having a fantastic race, wasn't he? Up until where he had problems there at Casino Square, and he is now dropping back. And of course, he's been on the podium every single time there. He's been on the podium in every single race, hasn't he? Up until this point, and Matt is now really being squeezed, isn't it, by Maxi. Matt has done 27 laps there. As Steve's into the pit, said Steve is out of the Monaco Grand Prix. What a shame now for Steve. But of course, that's the first time he's off the podium. But of course, we do wish Steve all the best. Him and Lauren there. And of course, they are expecting their baby girl there either tonight or tomorrow. Then, so of course, good luck Steve as well. As that is unfortunate though, because he was on a cracking race up until that point as well. And he also had that incredible pole position, a special pole position there around the streets of Monaco, isn't it? Which is no easy feat in of its own right. Sprint is now 15.2 seconds in front, isn't he, of his teammate Matt as they come out of the new Val chicane now. I'm keeping an eye on the Hog and Val battle as well then, as they flick through to back. Lovely stuff indeed then. Of course, this is round 8 then of IRC then. And as I said, then we've got the 3 races of Doom, haven't we, coming up there. This is one of them. Then we got where are we in next week? Oh yeah, Vietnam. And then we're in Singapore as well. There is so many these 3 races in a row are absolutely brutal to say the least, isn't it? It's going to be now T. Sammy has got past his teammate as well, as our dog has dropped down there. Yeah, it's going to be an absolutely human effort, a superhuman effort, isn't it? And back on board then with Fallon as he is catching Hog then. Maxi is all over the back of Matt then as he comes out into Casino Square for 28 laps on all those hard tires. And now Maxi is really pushing, isn't he? And look at Sprint now, 17.2 seconds away. Yanis said, come on, Matt, as well. I know we've also got Out Jay saying, Timmy is on the warpath, is on the warpath, isn't he, today there. Timmy is now in the 4th position though, so good stuff indeed there as they come into the tunnel. And then half a second separates these two mammoth gladiators there. Second to last lap there for Sprint. He is now 18.1 seconds up the road, isn't he? As they come out of the new Val chicane as well and accelerating away. Matt's done an absolutely superhuman effort. And I don't know if it's over. Oh, is that Max there just clipping the wall then? Hog and Val are in front of this, in front of Harry at the moment. And Harry, of course, was on a cracking race, wasn't he? Unfortunately, him and T. Sammy did come to blows at this point here in the tunnel. As coming to, not really overtaking the tunnel. It's not advisable, is it? Harry there just having a look at them, but too far. Oh, no! And Val there was just clipped the inside the barrier there. Of course, I think Damon Hill did that. I've also seen the McLaren of, I think someone else did that as well. Wasn't it the McLaren of Coulthard? And then it also caused Hackney to retire as well as he steamed into the back with Jordan. I think that was 97, wasn't it? Goodness me. So really, we've seen a lot of drives there in the past, haven't we? But that's a shame there for Val, but he's still on course for some points. Val has always finished in the points in every IRC race so far. So fantastic stuff there indeed there for Val, and he's carrying on that tradition. Lovely stuff indeed then. As now he's coming into the tunnel then, and I've got to say I got to watch the leader. I've also got to watch this battle here, and then look at this. And Maxi is gaining. This might be all or nothing. He's trying to go on the outside, but Matt there is repelling. Sprint in the Monaco Grand Prix. This is first IRC race win. Sprint wins the Monaco Grand Prix. What a race for Sprint there. Absolute masterclass there. Brilliant stuff indeed. He elected not to come in the pits under the safety car. That going track position. Track position is king around here, and he has won the Monaco Grand Prix. Matt has had an incredible drive on the 30 lap old medium tyres as second. His best drive of the season. Maxi in third position. What a drive to finish from 10th to 3rd. Brilliant stuff. Timmy, a strong drive in 4th position as well. T. Sammy, I think that's a good recovery drive in 5th position then. His teammate, but of course I think the overtake on Hogg is going to have to be investigated, as Dave rightly said. All 4 wheels are off the circuit then. Yeah, said what an incredible race. Let's go for more laps there. Indeed, let's have a full race. Alstog in 6th position then. Hogg in 7th position then. He's got a 5-second penalty. Is that going to drop him down the order? No, Hogg is in a... Hogg is in 8th position then. Val in 9th position. Someone just jumped right up there. Oh, so Sam has won the Monaco Grand Prix. No, he hasn't. He's just not in the session then. And I think that and then Fizzy will be the final finisher in 11th position as well. And what a drive for Sprint then. What a drive there. His first race win of his career in RC, and he is going to be absolutely ecstatic with this race win. And what has he done it then around the Monaco Grand Prix, the jewel in the crown of Formula 1. Fantastic stuff there from Sprint. Really well done, and I need to lie down. And he is flanked by the 2 AlphaTauris as well. So a very good week for the AlphaTauri. Not only in the Italian Grand Prix, but also here in Monaco as well. Lovely stuff indeed then. But I think that I forgot that. Yeah, Sam is not meant to be on the podium now, so ignore that guy in the pink suit. Right then, let's take a final look at the classification then from the Monaco Grand Prix. Sam has also got the fastest lap, but that is going to be strict off record because he was not on the course. So Sprint, what a win there. His first Grand Prix victory in IRC for Sprint, and it's an AlphaTauri 1-2, and that's going to move him right in the thick of things in the constructors. Maxi in 3rd position in the end, with Timmy in 4th, T. Sammy 5th, Asdog in 6th, Hogg is 7th, Harry 8th, Val 9th, and I think Fizzy was in 10th position in the end. Josh just outside the points of 11. Great drive from Josh, and JJ in 12th. Unfortunately, Williams still haven't got their first points. Rizzle 6th in 13th. Retirement is Steve, who unfortunately that's the first time off the podium then. In 15th position is PB, Double in 16th, Petty in 17th, Roscoe in 18th, and Sam is somewhere in 18th or 19th position now. I don't know because he lagged out. And what an incredible drive there. And AlphaTauri 1-2, the first 1-2 of the season, but Sprint is on top of the world, isn't he? And I have actually had the honour and privilege of speaking to Sprint in the gantry. Now I've got 2 AlphaTauri drivers indeed then. So let's quickly chat to the race winner, shall we? Sprint, I gotta say, watching your career progress over the last couple of seasons, you've gone from frequent finisher to frequent points finisher to podium finisher, now to race winner. How are you feeling about that? That was an incredible drive.
Yeah, I'm so happy, but yeah, I have to delegate this victory to Matt.
Yeah.
It was actually the other way around. I had to hold up the back to get Matt's victory, but yeah,
It was absolutely to perfection as well then. So when did you think the race win was on then? Because I got to say I was and ahhing whether you'd be able to go to the end on those medium tires. Matt did a mammoth 30 odd laps on those medium tires. You pitted and somehow got out in front of Matt after sprinting away. You definitely lived up to your name there.
Yeah, I started on a medium, so I knew I had to stop again because I don't trust the hards around this track. So in the end, Matt held everyone up to a certain point that I could just came out in front. And yeah, it's just a team game we played. Matt deserved this victory, but I'm happy that I took it.
Well enough, yeah.
And did you know you was going to come out in front though? With because that was such a slender advantage there. I got to say, you was going to be out right in the thick of it. Did you know you was going to be out in the lead? Was it just time to perfection?
No, my pit window said that I was coming back at 4th place. So I was surprised that I came just out in front. I saw them coming on the map, and I was like, come on, get out. And then I saw the red arrows on the left. I was like, okay, everything, Rich, overtake, go. Yeah, perfectly in the end.
This race win today is going to put you right in the thick of things, really, because you've scored points in every single race so far. That consistency is pretty impressive. No other driver has done that so far this season in terms of what you've achieved so far this season sprint. Now, the only other man that's done that, I think, is Timmy, I believe, actually. So apologies to Timmy, but that's an incredible run of form you're on at the moment. Sprint, impressive stuff.
I'm happy. My goal is always to finish inside the points, and if I can get a podium, I'm happy. Well, today it's just a perfect day for me. Yeah, I'm so happy, and I'm happy that Matt finished in P2 in the end. So we are the first team to have a 1-2 victory this season. So yeah, good day for us.
Spot on, an incredible day. And let's come to Matt, who was second today and played the team game to absolute perfection there. Matt, are you disappointed that you didn't get the race win in Monaco, or are you just happy with the team result today?
God, you've got to be happy with a 1-2, mate. But like I say, I just thought, when I knew Sprint would have to pit again because he'd done 2 runs on the mediums, and I just thought I'd come out in front of him, but he nailed the pit stop, and I was just too slow on the lap before. I've made a slight mistake, but to get a 1-2, mate, it's a great feeling. And obviously Sprint's first win, credit to him. It was deserved as well. He's deserved it for a long time.
It really is, as we've already mentioned, that Sprint has really elevated himself. When he first made his debut, I think it was in Russia, wasn't it? And since then, you've just gone from strength to strength. Absolutely fantastic stuff. And could I just have a quick view about the next couple of races coming up, guys? We've just had Monaco. I've got to say, it's the triple threat kind of thing. We've got Monaco, next is Vietnam, and Singapore. You guys are looking set fair for the next 2 street circuits after Tame and Monaco.
Looking forward to Singapore. Not so much Vietnam, but we'll obviously give it a go, mate.
And what about you, Sprint?
Yeah, I'm also looking forward to Singapore. That was actually my debut 2 seasons ago. Yeah, Vietnam, I don't know. I've raced there before, but yeah, it's a difficult track. I feel like it's more or less Monaco on steroids because that sector 3 is so fast. And the walls are so close, yeah, we'll see.
Of course, we've got Maldonado racing in the Super Cup next week, haven't we, Sean?
Indeed we have, which is a very good reminder, actually. Of course, we're not in Vietnam next week. We've got the Super Cup next week, which is going to be great stuff indeed there, of course. So we've got a week off there from the IRC tonight for next week then as well, but then we're back in action. As Sprint said, Monaco on steroids. I'm looking forward to Vietnam. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Breaking news here tonight then in IRC. Sprint claiming his first race win of his career, and an AlphaTauri 1-2 as well. They're on apps. They're flying as high as a kite, aren't they? In the last couple of days then. So yes, we're going to be taking a break then. But the week after, we are back in Vietnam then for round number 9 of this IRC season. I've got to say, it's flying by, isn't it? And it looks like the Maxi has now has crept in front of the Drivers' Championship and extended his lead then after Steve's issues there at Casino Square. Join us in 2 weeks. We'll be back in action for round 9. Goodbye.